There we go. We are live. There you go. 4 minutes early. We're giving the people 4 minutes.
My hair, my hair, like when I get up in the morning, my hair is really poofy. It's like, woo.
Hello, all zero people. Friday night.
Zero people.
Friday night.
Patrick's in New Zealand. Zero people.
He's in New Zealand still?
I don't know. They said he was on vacation. I don't know if he still is, but he was last week.
Okay.
He was in New Zealand.
I definitely need a vacation, especially after what they said about the transmission today. Yes, yeah. I need a vacation. Need a vacation, most definitely. But this is my vacation. Vacation in a bottle. There you go.
You know where I want to go? Where I want to go is I've never been to, but my friends are like, don't go there. I've always wanted to go to New York City. My friends are like, but New York City, they're like, New York City is a dump. And I was like, but I still want to go.
It pretty much is. I mean, I've only gone maybe twice in my life, I think.
Yeah.
I've gone like twice in my life to New York City, and they were when I was very young. Once I was very young, and once when I was a really young adult. And neither time was I impressed.
Because I've been to New Jersey, because I have relatives in New Jersey, so I'm sure I passed by New York City to go to New Jersey. But, no, but you know what I also want to visit is Maine. Because they have that Arcadia National Park. I love national parks, so it'd be cool to, it'd be cool to visit a place that not everybody wants to go to.
I mean, I've hit like some of the major spots, like, I've seen like the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
I saw the World Trade Center, before it went down when I was a kid. I saw Central Park. I mean, I didn't see like, You've
been to the deli?
Well, yeah, I went to a deli. I went to a deli. Hey, what's up, Paulina?
Because it got Katz's. Hey, Paulina, Katz's Deli.
Yeah, I went to a deli. But I didn't do anything like, go to John Lennon's apartment, or anything of that sort, which I probably would have done if I was older. Now I probably would have had it on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have went to the Dakota and stuff like that. But
if I was
I was young, so.
Go to visit in New York City, definitely I'd go see a play in Broadway.
I
would go to Katz's Deli.
I did visit Broadway, but I didn't go see a show.
I would love to go and see that thing that they have, that little memorial thing for Lennon.
Yeah, that's in Central Park, isn't it?
Central Park, yeah. And of course, I gotta do what every New Yorker does: get a bagel with cream cheese and some salmon lox.
Ew, I can't stand lox.
I love lox.
I can't do lox. I can't. I don't know why.
Is it because of the texture?
I think, it has something to do with the texture. I can't do lox.
There's certain things I can't stand eating too. Like I can't eat. I don't like the taste of oysters. I think oysters to me are very slimy. Ugh.
No, oysters are supposed to be sexy. They're supposed to be an aphrodisiac. They're supposed to get you in the mood.
So if I eat oysters, it gets me in the mood. Oh, duly noted.
It's supposed to get you in the mood. Oysters are supposed to get you in the mood for,
Ah. I did not know that. I never had an oyster before.
You never had an oyster?
I smelled it, and that's why I was like, oh no. Once I smelled
it. What I always thought was gross was people who ate mussels.
Ooh, mussels? I smelled that too. I might have ate it as a kid.
Yeah, mussels, mussels don't do it for me. They really don't.
My mom
I remember I had my friend Ed, the one I'm always talking about. His dad used to take us down to the pier. We'd go fishing or whatever. He'd go fishing outside the pier. And he had concocted this thing. He had made like this thing that was like a big old freaking, looked like an anchor, but it was like with all these hooks on it. And he used to throw it over the side, of the, pier. And he'd scrape it up alongside, the pillars or whatever. And he would pull up all these mussels. He'd pull up all these mussels and him and Ed just used to sit there with lemon, and they would sit there and eat them and stuff like that. Oh, gross. Gross me out.
I caught mussels before. I mean, you used to be able to catch clams for free. Hey, Trish, you used to be able to catch clams for free, but now you need a fishing license.
Yeah, because I think that's what I think they eventually turned around and told him, I think, was like, they eventually told him something like, you can't be just pulling mussels off of the side of the pier or whatever. And, I don't know if he had to have a special license for that, or I don't know.
I think you have to have a license now, because when I was a little kid, when I was a young kid, I did that. I caught clams. and they didn't have a limit, but now I think they've changed things. Because I know to catch fish, you have to have a license, and they give you a limit, and it has to be a certain pound.
Well, this was like 1985, 86 when this happened. So, I mean, I don't know what it would be now.
When I caught clams, it was 2000 it was the 2000, early 2000s. And they didn't pay for me.
Well, I mean, if there's any way to make money, they'll end up figuring it out. So it's like, you know, the way that I see it is probably what they've probably done by now is they have someone who comes around and they collect the mussels. Because I'm pretty sure they sell mussels. You can buy mussels, I'm pretty sure.
Asians love mussels.
Uh-huh.
Asians, though, they'll put mussels in anything. Asian people love seafood.
DJ Trish has a new video up at www.youtube.com/user/DJ Trish M for mature entertainment.
You sound like a Middle Eastern person.
Middle Eastern. I can't do Middle Eastern. I wish I could do Middle Eastern.
Whatever that accent is, you sound like someone from one of those countries.
I wish that I was able to do Middle Eastern, but I can't. It's no good. No good.
No, who do you sound like? You sound like somebody. You sound like somebody.
One of your exes? I'm just kidding.
Well, considering the both of them, one was Vietnamese and one was Mexican.
I'm all Groovy Lisa. How are you doing today? Oh, you are looking so sexy.
Well,
so voluptuous. So scrumptious.
You really know how to get a girl turned on, don't you? You really know how to turn on the
You are looking so scrumptious.
Well, so are you.
So delectable. So tasty.
You know what?
Like a morsel. Oh, and you're going to say something stupid. I can see it now.
No, I'm a chocolate cake. Hey,
like a delicious morsel. Just kidding. I'm like, I'll say you're going to say something stupid. I'm the one over here just popping off saying stupid shit.
You're the one over here saying I'm going to look like a morsel in some like badly done, I don't know, Romanian accent.
Well, no, I'm doing the whole Persian Playboy thing, you know.
Well, you sound like a Romanian accent, kind of. Like
Romanian?
Like Romanian and Russian.
I wouldn't even know I wouldn't know the difference. That's the reason why I could have never been an actor, because I don't know how to impersonate dialects. Never been able to. Gigi Trish, you sound Indonesian. Indonesian?
You ever had
Indonesian's like Asian, isn't it? Something like that?
Oh, yeah, but you ever had Indonesian food?
No. Tim Allen said, "Hello, Sheikh Abdul Dusty and Miss Lisa."
Hello.
Yes, I am telling Lisa about how scrumptious she is and how delectable she is looking this evening.
Oh, thank you. So are you.
She's looking like a snack.
You're looking.
How do we say it? How do you say a snack?
Yeah, you're looking like a snack too.
What do they call it? What do they call when you go to what is it? When you go to Zanko chicken?
No, you know what?
Get away from me, Beatles.
You know what I'm looking like? I'm looking like a two-piece. I'm looking like a two-piece chicken from Popeyes and a biscuit, man.
Oh goodness! Look who's trying to make an appearance. What are you doing, Meow Meow? Uh oh. Excuse me. There goes the tail. Excuse me, you are disturbing me.
I went to 7-Eleven today to look for
Mr. Grayson.
I went to look for the Green Day thing at 7-Eleven. They didn't have it at my 7-Eleven.
Oh, what is it? It's a slushie, right?
That's a Green Day slushie, and then they also have some Green Day merchandise.
Ah.
They have a little what is this? Slurpee speaker.
Hey, Z-Mick, what is happening, man? Welcome here to Arizona.
They plays Welcome to Paradise, I think.
Wait a second, a little plushie that plays Welcome to Paradise?
Oh, it's a little slushy speaker. It's in the shape of a slush it's in the shape of a slushie. It's a speaker. It's a Bluetooth speaker that plays Welcome to Paradise. Sweet. I try to find it at my local 7-Eleven. They're like, we're not participating in that. But yeah.
Today, I was watching a video. I'm pretty sure most of you probably already know he is Cheap Audio Man.
Yep.
I was watching. He made a video today that wow. I was like, wow. He's been on this kick lately where he's been talking about like he hasn't really been talking about audio equipment. He's been talking about like, remastering and all this different stuff like that. Well, anyways, he went in depth into how more information's come out about the Universal fire where all of those masters were destroyed.
Uh-huh.
And he was talking about the extent of the masters that were destroyed. And it's like, they weren't telling everything. I guess they have a whistleblower now who's like talking about which remasters were taken. And they were saying, okay, he said at first that Universal was trying to be really chicken shit about it. And they were saying that like, they were mentioning all these groups that nobody would give a shit about, that their masters were destroyed. Then they let out a little bit of like some other artists that more people would probably care about. But I guess this guy was the whistleblower, came out with everything saying that like all the Chuck Berry's chess recordings were gone, and all of Aretha Franklin's chess recordings are gone, and all these things that are gone forever. And how when he came out and he blew the whistle, that Universal was sending out all these PR people. These PR people were coming out saying that they said, don't worry about it, because they said most of the stuff was digitized and blah, 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 blah. Well, they're saying that he's saying what was actually probably worked on that was actually digitized was a very small percentage. He said maybe 12% of the entire collection.
Yeah, they didn't digitize the whole thing.
But what he meant by digitized was, or what they were trying to say is they were thinly trying to say, because it was all put out on CD, that it'll be available for them to go ahead and, make future copies in the future. But that's not the same as having the remasters where they're able to, like, remix it and everything else, have all the individual tracks and stuff. And, excuse me, do you mind? Can you get your butt out of my view, please? So, yeah. But they were saying that, they were talking about, like, No Doubt, Joni Mitchell. I mean, just all these people lost their masters. It's freaking horrible. It's a tragedy. And they were saying that they showed no respect for these masters. And they said the remasters that they do have in their property in their hands now, that everything's finally being barcoded and everything's finally being taken care of and archived properly now. Yeah. And I think actually the way that it's being archived now is the way that what is his name? The one who does Analog Planet? Michael Fulmer? Fremer. I'm sorry. I got confused with Filmer. Fremer. When he went to do that visit to that underground cave, or it's built into the mountain. Yeah. Okay, well, that's what they're doing now. So everything has barcodes. So everything they have left, they're able to get a hold of it, and it's all barcoded. And they said, why didn't they do that before? They said that they had a bunch of people working on the roof of the building that it was in. Yeah. And they were, supposedly the way that the fire started was, they were, appropriate song to play at the time that I'm going to talk about this. Yeah. They were talking about that they were doing the shingles on top of the freaking building. They were redoing the shingles or something like that. Yeah. And that they had to do this thing where they had to heat them. Yeah. And they had thought that all the ones that they had heated and had adhered to the top of the roof had cooled off when they did it, but they hadn't cooled off, and somehow they caught fire. Yeah, they're saying that somehow it caught fire. And they're saying that since it caught fire, they said that Universal didn't even tell them, the firemen, because they said they had over 400 firemen on this fire. They didn't tell them that, this building's important. There's masters from all these different people in there. They were more concerned about fucking saving King Kong. Yeah. The King Kong exhibit and and also the clock tower from Back to the Future. They're more concerned about saving those two things than saving all these masters. I know. And stuff like that. So they were saying that had the firemen knew what was in that building, they think the firemen would have took it upon themselves to be like, oh my God, we have to save this building, or fight it. But they figured that it was just, it was a warehouse. It was just probably a lot of crap, blah, 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 whatever, And they say it's kind of funny because one of the firemen, one of the, head leads who was on the fire had said, well, is there anything in here of significance? Is there any props from any classic movies or anything of the sort? And they were like, no, just make sure you concentrate on da-da-da-da. So one of the guys actually asked if there was anything in there of significance. And they were kind of like, no, you have to concentrate on this. It's horrible. Yeah. Horrible. Look, it's Dusty Kendall. The only thing that can be done now with the masters that got destroyed is that whatever was destroyed is to reference founder release mixdown and demix to create new multi-tracks. Luckily, Paulina's right. Luckily, the technology exists nowadays that they could do it. But I think one of the things that was horrible is that when they turned on this, they were talking about digitized. It's on CD. So the guy was like saying that's the equivalent of like saying, "Oh well, the Mona Lisa went up in a fire, but it's okay because we took a picture of it on our phone, and we've been able to print copies of it, and you can still buy it in the gift shop. You know, a copy of it. So it still exists. It's going to be here for future generations. It'll be in a digital format. That's basically what they're saying. So it's like." It was all uploaded streaming, and it was this and that, so it exists. No, that's not. Yeah,
they probably got the original Mona Lisa locked up somewhere where people go to see it.
Yeah, I was just like, damn, that's freaking. I just think the thing that's so fucking horrible is how they try to bullshit the public, and it's like, okay, a lot of the public are. Okay, a good percentage of the public, let's be honest, are going to turn around. They're going to see that news story. And they're going to look at it and be like, oh, that sucks. Yeah. They're going to be like, oh, that sucks. That's horrible. And they're just going to go on with their day. But, there's a lot of music fans like us are going to be like, oh, my God, do you realize what we fucking lost?
Yeah,
the significance?
Exactly. The non-music fan, fan is probably not a big deal but to a person who collects physical media and who has a lot of physical media, it does matter to them because these are songs that have been out for a while now, and these are songs you can't get back unless the artists, I think, have to re-record it, right?
Yeah, they were saying a lot of them are completely gone unless they're like Paulina said, the technology. Paul Jackson better get his fucking ass to work because unless the technology comes out, that they're we're gonna need AI at this point.
We are.
We're gonna fucking need AI at this point to fucking demix.
Speaking of AI, did you hear the shit that Duolingo is happening to them now? Duolingo said that they are going to go completely AI, and they're going to, they don't need their freelancers to do stuff for them anymore, so they're going to go completely AI, and a lot of people are like, well, we're done with you, Duolingo. If you don't know what Duolingo is a program you can use to learn how to speak different languages. So now they're going completely AI, and the people who use Duolingo are like, well, fuck you, Duolingo. We don't want to use it anymore. So that's the way it's
Speaking of fires, rest in peace, Jill Sobel. I never knew how to pronounce her last name. I loved her.
I don't.
Very talented.
What's her biggest song? I've never heard of her.
She had a lot of 90s hits. She had maybe she's known for having 2 or 3 hits.
Oh, okay.
She had one song that was on the Clueless soundtrack, which was called Superstar. Or was it Supermodel?
Oh, I think I heard that one.
Freaking Gracie just walk past the camera. Gracie, no problem. And then she wrote I Kissed a Girl. She wrote it.
The Katy Perry song.
Yeah, so she wrote that. So those are the 2 songs that they said that she used to joke with people, when she would see them in public or whatever. She would say, "Oh, I'm not a one-hit wonder. I'm a 2-hit wonder." She was great. She was great. Sad. Very sad.
House fire.
Yeah, they're trying to. They want to. I don't know if how much they're gonna be able to do an autopsy or whatever because we don't know the condition of her body was because she did burn. Sounds horrible. I hate to just throw it on people like that, but they were saying that carbon monoxide poisoning, all kinds of other things, but they don't know how much they're gonna really be able to do to find out.
We'll figure out. We'll find out eventually what she died of. They'll do another, they'll have the forensics figured out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, she recorded I Kissed a Girl first. Oh. Okay, I did not know that. Yeah.
Oh, because the only one I've heard is the Katy Perry one.
Okay, so she had actually wrote it, and she had recorded it. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, so she's the one that wrote the original version? I didn't know that.
And a lot of bands have been doing their own investigations on it. Some of my friends that are part of Edie Raquel and DB Hymns have been questioning their masters. Well, what I think, if, the thing is that a lot of these record companies, they own the masters because they end up paying for all the studio time. So a lot of them get a hold of the masters until some of these bands can actually pay that money back, and get a hold of their masters. I mean, a lot of these people do not fight for their masters. Like Prince fought for his fucking masters. Yeah. But a lot of people don't fight for the masters. Long ago, they really didn't think they were worth anything, I think they just didn't think anything of it. Now it's like with reissues and everything else. Now, of course, a lot of artists are like, because I think that every artist should be able to go ahead and keep their own remasters and be sure that they're responsible for their own masters, taking care of their own masters, archiving their own masters, climate controlling their own masters, all that stuff. They should be able to do it themselves. Because I can guarantee you, if a lot of those estates and a lot of those bands had been in charge of their own masters, they'd be here today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joseph will have the first hit with I Kissed Girl. She did it first.
I only know the Katy Perry song, and I'm different lyrics.
Yeah, it says didn't write the Katy Perry I Kissed Girl. She had her own back in the.
Yeah,
okay, so.
Yeah.
Oh, so she had a completely different song. My bad.
Oh, because
it wasn't the same song. It was a completely different song.
I didn't.
Okay,
I never heard her song. I've only heard Katy Perry. I go
to
show how much I didn't listen to Joe Subu in the '90s. Subu.
Fran from Fran Lab was friends with Jill. She has probably crushed Jill. Has been in studio on her live streams before. That is just sad. Oh, look it is Trekker. What's happening? I just bought William Hunk's Masters on. Well, good luck getting them because all of it's probably out in the middle of the freaking ocean right now because I don't know if we're getting any Chinese.
Well, my dad said that Temu has U.S. places that you can get it too.
Well, because of the you know what? I have I ordered replacement pads for my Beats headphones. So I have a couple of different pairs. I have like the EP Beats and I have like the wireless Beats, stuff like that studio. Yeah. And they need new pads. So I ordered pads off of eBay and it said they were supposed to be here on the 27th of April. Yeah. And they're still saying ship. They're coming from China. So I'll probably see them sometime next month. Hopefully, if that. If they don't turn around and like refund it saying, okay, well with the tariff, it's like actually 3 times the price now.
Yeah, I was seeing the tariffs for some of the stuff from China. Not worth it.
Yeah, I just bought William Hunt's batteries. It's funny. Hasn't there been some questionable box sets from Universal that use lossy sources when it comes to outtakes and rare tracks? I think that's what they're talking about, actually, Loserless, because they said that they were digitized, but a lot of them are saying that what they meant was they're on CD now. So I don't know if they're going to CD and pulling it now or some shit. It's just like, ugh.
You pay too much, Trekker, for that William Hung. You pay too much. I wouldn't pay more than like 20 cents for William Hung.
Bubbles about to burst, man. Bubbles about to burst. If they find out that they're not able to like make new remasters, off of the original tapes, I mean, who's going to want to fucking pay that much for a box set, a vinyl box set?
Exactly.
Because if the way it stands right now, Nevermind doesn't exist. Yeah. According to what they were saying in Cheap Audio Man's video. I mean, I haven't done research on it, but according to him, it's like it doesn't exist anymore.
No.
Where they would be able to remix it or whatever else. I'm just like.
I mean, speaking of records, for those of you who ordered records from Vinyl Me Please is being a bitch about, giving refunds back to people and sending out their records and replying to email. For those of you who ordered from Vinyl Me Please, you're probably not getting your money back.
Yeah, more than likely not.
Dusty,
is Morrissey still a vegan? Yeah. Morrissey says he's a vegan, but I'm pretty sure he throws back a freaking burger once in a while. He's full of shit.
No offense to Morrissey, but he's a fat vegan. I can say
right? I'm sorry.
He's a fat vegan.
Okay, dad bod. Okay, I get it. When you get to his age, you get a little bit of a pudge, but for a while there, he had a big pudge, and you're going to tell me that all came from salads.
You know what he ate?
Fuck no.
You know what he ate? He probably ate a lot of. Did you know that Oreos are vegan? He probably ate a lot of Oreos.
Oreos are vegan?
Yep.
So they're healthy?
Please, you wish Oreos were healthy.
I'm now going to be able to rationalize. I guess my beer is. This is vegan, right?
Well, if you're on a health kit, you're not eating Oreos.
Let me see. I bought an album from Mexico back in March. I'm finally getting it after being stuck in customs for 3 weeks. Tell me about it.
I don't buy anything from different countries right now.
Crazy. I'm just thinking if you want to buy anything right now, just assume it's going to take a long time to get to you.
A long time, yeah.
Long time to get to you. No, I mean from MP3. That's what I'm saying. MP3 sources, which I think were ripped. I'm not saying definitely it was ripped from CDs, but you know, where do you get MP3s and where do you get lossless from? You usually get them from CDs,
Paulina.
right?
I got you beat, Paulina. I ordered something from Thailand and it took 6 months to ship here. 6 months. 6 months.
Oh, did not I forgot to mention actually to the people. I mean, Lisa and Paulina already know. I bought a huge collection for $20. $20 fucking dollars. This lady, I find her on OfferUp in my area. Fucking amazing, right, Lisa?
Fucking amazing.
Fucking amazing buy. This woman, she goes to estates and stuff like that, estate sales.
Yeah.
So she had turned around and, you know, I'd seen her ad on there and it said, you know, 200 CDs for $20. I'm like, oh, no, this can't be right. I'm like, it's gonna be a bunch of crap. It's gonna be a bunch of crap. I know it. It's gonna be a bunch of crap. I look at the pictures. I'm like, oh, Joe Cocker's greatest hits, and you know, the best of Cat Stevens, all these different albums. I'm like going, damn, there's a lot of good shit in there. So I told her, can you send me higher res pictures so I can see what's in the collection, so I can come. Me being like so fucking like, let me see what's in there before I come spend my hard $20. You know, it's like, you know, so I just wanted to see what a couple more titles were, because I'm making cuentas, as we say in Spanish, in my head. I'm like going, well, if I get like maybe 5 CDs out of this set, that's worth the 20 fucking bucks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's worth $20. You can spend like between $3 and $5 a CD easily, you know? So I mean, she sends me some more high res pictures, and I'm just like, I have some of them right here. I'm just like, you know, crazy, you know? And
she got a lot of Garth Brooks too.
Yeah, I mean, there was like some still, like Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Get out of my way, Grayson. Let me grab some more here. You know, I mean, there was some stuff that was probably like later stuff. You know, like, I mean, there's like, you know, like James Taylor, later James Taylor. Yeah. You know, Best of Cat Stevens. Yeah. You know, some Bob Seger. You know, Santana Supernatural. These CDs are kind of like the ones that I kind of like say these are like baseball cards, you know, where they say there's commons and then there's rares. I kind of say like CDs like this are just commons, you know?
Yeah, very common.
And of course, I got some for Tim, you know, the Michael McDonald, some 90s Michael McDonald, because I know he likes it.
And that's a Tim.
Yeah, you know, like look at like, you know, Bruce Springsteen's greatest hits and Steely Dan, you know, a decade of Steely Dan. You know, some more newer James Taylor. Just a lot of awesome stuff. You know, 200 CDs is what she told me. So I go down there and I give her the $20, and her son and her husband loaded up into the cart. And I'm like, wait, that's way more than 200 CDs. And it came with a big old wooden shelf thingy too, you know, that holds like, this holds like over 200 CDs. You know, and yeah, so they loaded in the car, and I'm like going, wait a second, when are they going to stop? They keep on loading CDs into the car. I'm like going, fuck, that's more than 200. So she goes, she's all $20. I was like, okay. I said, she's all, are you a music lover or are you a reseller? I said, music lover. I said, I listen to all my CDs, you know. I said, usually what I don't use and what I don't keep, I pass on to other people. You know, I don't really sell them, because I said, it's kind of hard to sell like CDs and shit on eBay, because I've tried it. Easier just to take what I want from the collection, build my own collection, and get rid of whatever's left, you know? So she's all awesome. If you're not a reseller, she's all, you know what? I'll tell you what. She's all, I get these from estate sales all the time. She's all, next time I get another, you know, collection, I'll call you. I was like, okay, cool. She calls me today, and she's like, okay, I got another hit. You know, she's all, you know, $30, and I'll give you all these others. So she's giving me another 200 something CDs, maybe 300 CDs.
You got a drug dealer now.
Yeah, and then on top of that, she turns around and tells me she's trying to sell me a new old stock CD player, a Yamaha CD player, you know, from the 90s, which is new old stock, in the box with a remote and everything, cables and everything. She's all, I'll let you have it for $30. I'm like, fuck, I'm in there. You know, and it's like, now I'm getting to that point where I'm like going, should I resell? Because the main reason why this woman is selling to me is because she knows that I won't resell. But her husband is telling me that he gets turntables and shit. And I was like, you let me know about the turntables and shit. And I said, and I'll refer you to some people from the, you know, vinyl community. Because I said, I deal with some of the people in the vinyl community. Some of them come to my, you know, come to my streams. I can go ahead and advertise for you and maybe get those sold for you or whatever. And he's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
No problem. So, you know, I'm going to see what ends up happening there. But yeah, I mean, damn good deal. I mean, out of all the CDs that I bought, I turned around and I pulled all my doubles and everything else that I didn't want. And I put together a package for Lisa. And I mean, I put a big old fucking package back together for her, you know?
I literally almost shit my pants when I saw you were going to send me. I was like,
yeah.
You fucking kidding me? You made
crazy.
You made my Kwanzaa.
From what I have heard, Vinyl Me Please has declared bankruptcy, so who gets any money out of them is now in the hands of the courts.
Exactly. That's what's happening.
You know, almost baby shit my pants. Let me see. Trigger says, I'll sell you my Are You Jimmy Racing for $20. Tanya, what's up, Tanya Z? Let's fight, mamas. Let's fight, mamas. I need more Michael McDonald because I'm almost out of toilet.
Are you Jimmy Ray?
Give it to Timmy. Always down for yacht rock. Nice. Speaking of Michael McDonald, he said, peace. Are you going to do a stream tonight, Tiny Z? If you're going to do a stream, I'll stop by your stream later, sweetie. As my cat, he's just like going back and forth right now.
Hey, Dwayne.
You know what it is that like on the setup that I have here, I had a 3-screen setup. And then I turned around and said, no, 3 screens is too much. I'm not using all 3 screens, so I shrunk it down to 2 screens again. You know, the 2 most expensive screens that are matching. So I shrunk it all down. So now there's all kinds of room on my desk. So now he thinks he can like walk past it. And yeah, so. What's up, Dwayne? Oh, this is crazy. I only have like one earphone on, you know, because I usually leave one off on one side, one on here. And all I can hear is Rayman Zarek's freaking organ. That's it. I can't hear shit else. Like when I was listening to that Turtle CD earlier.
Yeah. Gotta love the Turtles.
Yeah.
I love Turtles.
Both of these. I was listening to the CD earlier. Talk about so much freaking stereo. Where it was like half of the whole song was like on one side of the fucking room. You know, you'd have the whole band playing over there, and you'd have the lead singer singing over here on this speaker. It was like weird. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, good CD here. Turtles' greatest hits.
I mean,
yeah.
Speaking of Turtles, I told you what happened I'll tell people what happened at 7-Eleven. My neighbor came, and I saw my neighbor at the 7-Eleven, and what does my neighbor do? She pulls out a turtle out of her bra. I kid you not. She's like, hey, want to see my little turtle? And I was like, where? Yeah, but Buffalo Springs, though, you got to keep that.
Yeah,
Do not sell that. Do not sell that shit. It's good.
I mean, out of those 340 CDs, I think there was like maybe like around, maybe like 70 country CDs.
Oh, that lady, I was like, I'm like, who she bought from is a really big country band.
But, you know, not bad, because, I mean, the CDs were all newer CDs. It was all newer country, which, I mean, I to be honest, I do prefer older country, more vintage country, but I was like, all right, well, let me go through them and, like, listen, you know, maybe I'll give country a chance, you know? Try and expand my horizons a little, you know?
I mean, you should keep Garth Brooks. You might like Keith Urban.
Yeah, whoever the person was, they fucking love Garth Brooks. There's like his whole discography's in there.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, the whole thing's in there. You had me going down the rabbit hole of Garth Brooks.
Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz. No, we're quite a ways from Santa Cruz, actually.
Well, you're talking about the COVID. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Edmund Kemper murder that happened in Santa Cruz. Yeah, Santa Cruz is in Northern California.
I mean, we get there probably like in what, like 7-8 hours,
Let me
something like that.
How far it is from me.
It's like 7 or 8 hours from us, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
It's up by San Francisco, right?
Yeah, close to there. Wait.
Yeah, that's how stereo was back in the 60s. Exactly. Now I'm starting to see what Tim was saying about that. Yeah, my turntable has been hooked up in mono for over a month. I've been loving it. Yeah, because I would figure if you hook that up in mono, it would just take those and put them together. Perfectly put them together.
6 hour drive to Santa Cruz.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Between 6 and 8 hours.
Well, I've been in Santa Cruz, right? Because my parents, they took us to Santa Cruz. They took us to Pismo Beach. And I've been in Northern California. I mean, it's nice. Santa Cruz is nice. If I ever had to live anywhere besides LA, Santa Cruz is a nice place to live.
I think Santa Cruz is up by, it's either on the way or close to Paulina, I think, because I know going up to where Paulina was, I drove up there in about 6 hours the last time I went up there.
To Paulina's?
Yeah, because I went up there to Atascadero. Is that what it's called, Atascadero? So I went past. I think I went past.
Paulina's about
Paulina.
2 hours from me.
Yeah. How many hours?
About 2 hours. I think Indio's
No,
about 2 hours.
no.
Yeah?
Indio's like, no, check it. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Indio's got to be like 6 hours.
No. Let me do it again. I'll prove it to you.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna double check. Double check.
Indio is 3 hours. 2 hours.
Really?
2 hours and 3 minutes, yeah, from my house.
I could have sworn it. Unless it took me 2 hours to get to Indio, and I'm just assuming because I remember the whole trip. It was a horrible trip anyway, because it was freaking great. But maybe I'm assuming that because Indio was on the way, because like I said, I went all the way to Atascadero. So maybe I did get to Indio in 2 hours. And then I kept on going and then got to Atascadero in 6 hours.
I mean, from where I live, it's 2 hours and 3 minutes from Indio.
Yeah. This stuff, actually, I've only had one, and this stuff is pretty good. I don't know if I'd buy it again because it's very strong.
Usually, Ken, do women normally hide turtles in their bra? No, my neighbor's spooky.
Not normally. Not normally.
Well, let me tell you about my neighbor, okay?
Nice.
My neighbor, she's like about in her, maybe close to her 80s. And she's lived in that house for 50 plus years. And she lives alone. Her husband died about maybe 10 or 15 years ago. So she lives alone. And what she do for fun? Put turtles in her bra.
She's how old?
Like, she's about close to 80, I think.
Okay, now, how big of a turtle was it?
About the size of a small turtle.
Fuck me. She had that in her bra? Did she have to reach down to pull it out?
No, she just came and she pulled it. She was like, we were at the 7-Eleven, and she pulls it out of her bra, and I'm like, here's my turtle. Want to see it?
She didn't kind of like have to reach down a little bit and get to it or something like that?
No.
Okay.
Random. I was telling you, and you were like, what the fuck? And I was like, no, I wish I was lying. And I said, why are you bringing a turtle with you to 7-Eleven? She goes, because I want to.
Okay, Trish said, I found Rush Signals today. Nice.
Good
The thrift
album.
store find? It would take Dusty 1 hour and 42 minutes to get to me. Add 6 minutes for Lisa. That's actually not too bad.
Well, it said 2 hours. It said 2 hours for me when I looked it up.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. DJ Trish Signals is a good Rush album. Definitely.
Hey, Sean.
Not easy to find on CD now. You know, it's starting to get it's already starting to get slim pickings out there for the CDs out here in California.
Yep.
It's starting to catch on. It is starting to catch on. Like I said, man, I'm going down with a ship. I'm buying everything up I can right now. And like I said, I'm buying it cheap and I'm spreading the wealth.
Yeah.
You know, because I know it's going to get bad here in a minute, you know. When women hide their turtles in their bras, I always ask to pet them. Hello, Dusty, Lisa, and everyone. What is happening, Sean? How are you doing, Mr. Vinodine's Dreamscape?
I mean, no man turns out petting a woman's turtle bra.
Yeah, this is true. Let me see if I can pull some more stuff out of this collection here.
I don't think
more stuff out.
I don't think a man's ever turned down boobs. Unless they're gay.
See, like I said, there was a lot of junk in here, too, like Harry Connick Jr. I was like, yeah, okay, well.
You know you could do with Harry Connick Jr.? You know you could do with Harry Connick Jr.?
Newer Bon Jovi stuff.
Yeah. In the toilet.
Newer Bon Jovi. Michael Bublé, that's like freaking
That's Lisa shit.
That's a lot of the crap is right here because I'm like going through it still, like whether or not I'm gonna.
That's Lisa shit. Lisa loves Michael Bublé.
I played this and this depressed me. I think I told you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Did I play this album, Harry Chapin? This is Greatest Stories Live. This freaking depressed me. After I listened to it, I was like, God, I'm so depressed now.
No, I have that on vinyl. I have that on vinyl.
This was good. You know, I think I had this on vinyl. Wait, I had something like it on vinyl at one time. Not this exact thing. I think this.
You know what's on?
I don't think this is on.
Bad, Brown. That's a good one.
This, I think I already have this on CD already. I know this. I don't know how the hell it's happened to me, but I have this on vinyl like 3 times. I have like a reissue. I have 2 originals. I do not know how the fuck that happened.
Yeah, you said
do not know.
Jr. over Michael McDonald, Tim. You've been canceled.
I have a double Steve Chris hits. I saw Michael Bublé 4 times live.
Well, you are a man among men, Dwayne.
Harry Connick Jr., Michael McDonald. Fact.
You know, Harry Connick Jr. Can't name a song he did, but the man is a looker. Okay, I'll give him that. He's a looker.
That's not bad.
I have that one. I have that one.
Joe Cocker's greatest hits.
I like Joe Cocker.
Yeah, I didn't have this surprisingly. This is like I said, another one that's like a common.
You don't have it?
I didn't have it, surprisingly.
Oh, you know, I found that.
Another one's like a common, you know.
I think I found that in a Mariah Carey unplug at the thrift store.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good album. That's one of my favorite Eric Clapton albums.
This, I think I might already have in there. I think I might have already picked this up at the thrift store before already.
Oh, Phil Collins?
I think I may have already. I think I may have.
I mean, you know, Phil Collins is always easy to find.
Yeah, whoever it was had all the Adeles.
Oh, I love it.
So, yeah. Yeah, whoever it was, they had all the Adeles, so.
Keep the Adeles.
And a lot of these Grammy freaking, like, a lot of these are freaking promos for your consideration Grammys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grammy nominees or whatever.
I used to buy those.
I remember these were like a limited thing, weren't they?
I think
Candle
so.
of the Wind for Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're not going to get it. Sorry. Later, John. I'm like, oh, this was crazy. See, this, I mean, they obviously didn't take care of their Fleetwood Macs because this is Fleetwood Mac the Dance. But when I open it up, it has Fleetwood Mac the Dance. But then it also has these 2 discs, the very best of Fleetwood Mac. Just 1 and 2. Besides the album. So, I don't know.
Well, you didn't
pretty crazy.
find Amanda's prom photos in there.
So there's that. Then, whoever it was, they were really into Gloria Estefan, too. A lot of Gloria Estefan in here. Some early Miami Sound Machine, like before Conga, before they got big. Crazy. Weird.
Yeah, I never really was big into her.
Fleetwood Mac, greatest hits. I already have this already. This is just a blank, whatever the hell it is. So, see, like I said, yeah, they have like a lot of Gloria Estefan. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
not really. Not another one of those Grammy ones.
You should probably give that to someone. Somebody out there likes Gloria.
Yeah. This one was completely sealed. I didn't have this. I don't have this on vinyl or CD, so I was like, okay, well, I'll take that.
You need that.
So, yeah. Let me see. When Harry Met Sally soundtrack alone makes him better. Let's see. I have the Dance of My Music collection. You're a terrible host. You get what? What? You want to fight, Tanya? Tanya wants to fight. I know she wants to fight.
You know what, Tanya?
Let's fight.
You know what, Tanya?
I'll take the Gloria Estefan. There you go.
Tanya, to quote Tanya, my girl. It's not a terrible show. You always say my guy, so I say my girl.
I played this. This was pretty good. I've already listened to this already. Yeah, this was not bad. It's Flat as a Pancake, Head Last.
Oh my God.
Some good old 70s rock. This is not bad. It's pretty good.
I like the cover.
Pretty good. Blues Traveler. I mean, I got like, these are like, this is common. These are common, like freaking.
That's common.
Totally common.
I don't have it, but it's common.
Yeah.
I had it at one time in my collection.
Dire Straits, Money for Nothing.
Oh, that's a good one. You know, at one time my dad actually bought
Herbie Hancock.
Oh, gotta keep Herbie Hancock.
Perfect Machine.
Do not get rid of Herbie Hancock. He is classic, man.
Yeah. I've never even seen this Annie Lennox album.
Oh.
So I don't even know what that is. So.
Annie Lennox.
If I could turn back time. Yeah, the very best to share. 2 CD set, not bad. Ripping off, of course, Sunny because it's got a lot of Sunny recordings on there. That sucks, and he's probably not getting paid for it anymore. Classic rock, freaking yeah.
Well, you know what, classic rock?
Goes.
It's good.
Tina Turner, what's it got to do with the soundtrack? Not bad, not bad. So let's see.
Oh, fuck me to go that.
Oh, Cherry Poppin' Daddies. Not bad. Juicy, right? I mean, I think I had that during the 90s, I think, maybe. So, let me see. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Billy Joel. That's like the first one. I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's just like, there's so much shit here.
I bought that from Target, that album.
Yeah.
Not Target, I mean Walmart. Walmart had the pressing. So I bought that because I didn't have it.
Yeah, there's just like a lot of stuff in here. I mean, for $20, I mean, I don't think I'm ever gonna find a deal like this again. That was like once in a lifetime type shit,
I know when you showed me all the stuff, I was like, shit.
Yeah, and that's like I said, this is crap I'm still going through. There's like still, I've already taken the main stuff out,
I wish I lived closer to her, but I don't, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've already taken out like the Led Zeppelins, the Door, all that shit. I've taken all those out. This is like the stuff I'm still going through. So you see, I'll take Gloria Estefan's. I'm still waiting for Saturday Night Fever and the Lower Neros. They're still standing there too. I know. I'm horrible sending shit out. A good album. There you go.
You'll get the albums in 2026.
Huh?
I said you'll get the albums in 2026.
Yeah, about time I go meet Lisa. Keep it up. Keep it up.
I'm being honest, okay?
Yeah.
Look, I'm horrible at sending shit to people too.
My time is valuable. My time is valuable. There you go.
You know what? They should play the Days of Our Life theme when like Hours of the Sand. These are the days of our lives.
Well, yeah, because Lisa likes to go on her streams and tell all the business.
Business.
I was like, oh shit. Every time it says Groovy Lisa's live, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Like sands of time to the hourglass. So are the days of our lives.
I do not tell all the business. You act like I talk about all of this. No, I don't.
Okay. Well, out of 100% of the business, you probably give up
I'll say
75% of the business.
No. I say 60. Come on, give me some credit, people.
70.
70. That's it. I'm retiring.
Yeah, about 70, somewhere
70,
around there.
you wish.
Thank you, Trish. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I could have sworn it was like one of those things, kind of like a maybe once in a lifetime thing. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Tim has had huge scores like that. I mean, that's the first score I've had where I didn't actually have to go out and get it myself, like go to a estate sale myself. Somebody else went and got it and then sold it to me. And her and her husband are still going out there, getting the scores and stuff like that. So pretty awesome. Oh, Lisa, stop. Lisa, stop. 55%. I'm gonna say no, 70%.
You wish.
70%.
65. I'm haggling.
70.
60.
75.
55.
Say fucking Pawn Stars. Get the fuck out of here.
It is fucking Pawn Stars. I'm fucking Chum-Li. I'm Chum-Li and you're Rick Harrison.
Lisa, 75%. I gotta take all the risk.
No.
I gotta put it in a good frame.
No.
I gotta put it up for auction. I gotta pay all the fees.
No. 55%. 55%. Because I need to go way below asking price.
Yeah.
Because you need to make some money on this. So 55.
And then also, let me go ahead and pull this and I'll show people what this is. Hold on a moment. I'll be right back. Let's get out of here.
55%, people.
Okay, my mouth. So, then I got this, and I thought that I had really got something, you know. Let me go ahead and pass this up. It's a Chicago box set, live at the Royal Albert Hall. I was like, wow, $10, what a bargain, you know. It has like 4 discs inside of it, you know. As you can see, I've already taken each one and wrapped it in plastic individually, you know. I was like, 4-discer, and you know, and it came with a poster, and let me see, what did I do with the poster on this? Oh, I took all that stuff and put it in plastic tube. Hold on. What did I do with it? Where is it? Oh, it's in here. Hold on a minute. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So, you know, it has like a whole like poster, and it has like a diagram of the Royal Albert Hall. It also has like a voter registry from 1972. Like when this album came out, they're trying to get people to register to vote. Probably against Dick Nixon, probably more likely. But it has like all that stuff. It has like all the places to go vote in 1972 shit. Anyways, this has volume 1 through 4. Volumes 1 through 4. I didn't know there's a second volume. There's another part of this, which is like 5 through 7 or some shit. So this is just the first part of it. So I'm thinking probably the whole thing probably came in a whole box set with 2 of these, you know, filled with vinyl. So I only got 1 piece of it. So I was like, damn it. I thought I had it all, but I don't. So, but okay. That's okay, you know. At least I got 1 part of it, so, you know.
Yeah, you did. You got 20%.
Yeah. I got 1 piece of it, so. But I was just like, damn.
You're like Chum-Lee. You're like Chum-Lee when he bought that one thing and then Rick scolded him for it because he bought a fake or something. He's like, Chum-Lee, you bought a fake. If I'm anybody in Pawn, guys, if I'm anybody in Pawn Stars, I'm Chum-Lee, okay? Because me and Chum-Lee are both the same kind of dumb. I'm Chum-Lee. You're Rick Harrison. Tim can be that guitar guy or the book lady that comes in a Pawn Star.
Oh, Rebecca.
Yeah. And then Paulina can be I don't know, the son of Rick Harrison.
Well, I had been home most of the week, remember? So I was like just watching old episodes of Pawn Stars, and I was watching Rebecca, and she was like all sitting there, you know, going through like books and stuff, you know. And every time she'd come in, I'd be like, God, she's so gorgeous. You know, which is unusual because, you know, I like my chunkies. So
yeah, but you know what? You can like your chunkies, but you can also appreciate your flaquitas too. Yeah,
Mason, go ahead and message me. Message me anytime after 12 like 12 or 1, well, 1 o'clock. You know.
I mean, I'm an equal opportunity. I like big. I like small. I like everything. I'm an equal opportunity when it comes to dudes, small and big.
You know, I don't think that it's not that he doesn't like the Beatles. It's just that his generation, he's not into the Beatles. You know, it wasn't his generation. You know, not like his dad and stuff like that. You know.
Well, you know, Corey's from the younger generation. You know, not everybody's gonna like the Beatles.
I really don't think that Corey on the show. I don't think that Corey is even like a music fan. Actually, tell the truth.
No, Corey isn't.
You know. Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. Yeah. Let me see. That is a standalone set, Dusty. I'm not sure the second part of it. Really? Oh, okay. Then bonus. You know the reason why I'm saying that, Tim, is because I could have sworn I saw on Discogs, like, was it on Discogs or somewhere else? Where somebody said it was like an 8-disc set or some shit like that. So that's why I was like going, 8 discs, but it was only 1 box with 8 discs. And I was like going, wait a minute. And the box that I saw looked exactly like this box. Didn't look any thicker. Didn't look like anything. Or it wasn't like these boxes going into another box. So, I would assume you're probably right. You know, because I trust your opinion more than mine.
Yeah.
Definitely. So maybe it is a standalone set, you know. But even if I got a piece of it for $10, that kind of kicks me in the game to go find the other piece of it. You know, if I ever can. You know, if I ever come across it, I don't think I'm gonna be like totally hunting for it, you know. But yeah, but I'll keep an eye out for it, you know.
Well, not everybody that's close in age to us, Paulina, likes the Beatles.
The UK version of Give Me Some Love, and it doesn't have the featured members of Traffic on background vocals and percussion like the US version does.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people that like the Beatles, but they're not fanatical about it, Paulina. So, I mean, there's people my age who just don't care for the Beatles. It happens. Not everybody cares about the Beatles. I mean, I like the Beatles, but am I like, do I respect the Beatles? Yes, but am I like fanatical about the Beatles? No. I only collect their records.
Corey is close in age to Lisa and I have respect for this. Yeah, but like I said, you know, not everybody is gonna, you know, have that type of respect.
No,
I mean,
I don't.
Also, you have to understand, like, when it comes to you, Pauline, I mean, for your age group, there's not many, I think, that are into the Beatles as much as you are, but I think it's mostly has to do with your dad. It's a fond memory. It's something you and your dad did together, was collecting and everything. So so it's a little bit different, but I don't think it's like, I think you're the exception, not the rule. Yeah. You know? And same thing with Lisa. I think her love of like 60s music has a lot to do with her dad sharing it with her. Yep. So same thing with her. It's like, you know, she's the exception, not the rule. Also,
because, not a lot of people my age are like fanatical about the Beatles or listen to the Beatles. I mean, the Beatles are not even my favorite group from the 60s, but I'm just saying, maybe, you know, not all people our age are into old music. They're into whatever came out at the time when they were growing up.
I mean, like, look at me. It's like, you know, my mother was a hardcore Beatles fan. So was my uncle. They were hardcore Beatles fans. My mom went to go see the Beatles for Jesus Christ. You know, she won that contest through KRLA and shit. You know, but me, I'm a very casual Beatles fan. You know, it's like, I like the Beatles. I bought a record here or there. You know, I buy them when I can get them a decent price, blah, whatever. But, you know, my mother, she was like, she loved, you know, the Beatles, you know. Yeah. So, yeah. You know, but yet, you know, like, I'm a casual fan. You know, my cousin, same thing.
A lot of people are. I think a lot of people are casual fans of the Beatles. I mean, I don't even know, like, you know, where Paul McCartney was born. I mean, I don't know that shit.
Yeah, like, some of that would probably be, like, hard pressed to, like, probably, like, answer. I mean, to tell you the truth, when it comes to my favorite band myself, I'm like, I know where they were, kind of like where they grew up, but I would be hard pressed, like, where they were born. I mean, I know some of them in passing, like, you know, okay, Martin Gore was born in London, you know, but I don't know where, like, Dave Gahan was born in blah blah blah. You know, I know some trivia. They all grew up in Essex, which is basically the Compton, or it was back then. The way Compton used to be, it was the Compton.
It's the ghetto of England.
It was very ghetto.
It's the ghetto of England.
Yeah, it's the ghetto of England. Yeah.
Essex.
There are people who are in one camp or another. They're like the Brattles, or they like the Rolling Stones. Yeah. But then there's also people who are into the Who. You know, I mean, yeah.
Who or Led Zeppelin.
Siblings and parents can influence people's music taste. Yeah, I mean, my mother was one of those people that, like, when I grew up, it's like, I think she really influenced my musical taste, probably. But like with the Beatles, I think the Beatles were like one of those things where it's like she had already kind of like maybe slightly outgrown the Beatles music by the time she was already like in her late 30s, early 40s. So she wasn't listening to it as much, but she'd still play it every so often and tell me about this and that, and, you know, tell me certain things. So. Agree, Dwayne. There are people who also wonder why younger people like older music. Music is for everyone, regardless of how old someone is. Exactly. Sometimes there's people where you think they're older because of their music taste, because you're like, how do you know that much about this and that and the other thing, you know? Yeah. You know, so. Trish says, I love the Beatles and their music, but not a merch fanatic. I mean, I would wear like a Beatles shirt. You know, I don't think I would have a closet full of them. Maybe I may have a shirt with like the logo, or, you know, maybe the logo with like the Union Jack or something of that sort. But I don't think I would have like a closet full of it, you know? There was a great video. I was looking up old videos of the high school I went to, which was in Santa Fe Springs, California. And there's these kids who did a great freaking video in 2015, I think, or 2016. these two kids went around with a camcorder and a microphone, and they were asking these different kids because I guess for Spirit Week they would do different things. And one day at a Spirit Week, they said everybody wear your favorite band merch, favorite band T-shirt, hat, whatever you want. For this one day, you can wear whatever you want, So all the kids were showing up to school in band shirts. So what he did was he took a camcorder and a microphone. He went around asking, well, can you name one album from this band, or can you name one song from this band of the shirt that you're wearing? And over like 75% of the kids, I shit you not, could not name one song, one album from the band they were wearing across their chest.
Yep.
It was like they had of course you had the regular kids who were like probably grabbed their dad's shirt from out of a closet wearing a Beatles shirt, and other kids of course wearing the obligatory like, oh, I better get a shirt, who you could tell were not into music, probably went to Walmart and picked up a Pink Floyd shirt, just to wear for that day. All these kids who like they were like, I don't know, did they sing Light My Fire? No, it's Pink Floyd. They did not sing Light My Fire. The kids were just really like, and then of course you had the other kids who were really into their music, like they're wearing Pixies. Oh yeah, whatever, or they're wearing like freaking, whatever other bands, some obscure bands or whatever, and stuff like that. But you could tell the kids who were just really like, they were like Spotify, Charlie XCX, Doja Cat fans, type kids, showing up with a Nirvana t-shirt. Can you name one song? I don't know. Smells Like Teen Spirit.
I can name one song from Nirvana.
Let me see here. Let me see. Also, what was on the radio can influence what you like. Now, I don't think that this generation really, I don't think this generation really has that, where they listen to the radio and the radio tells them what to listen to. I mean, I really don't think that kids
don't even know how to turn on the radio.
I don't think kids are like fed, the music. I think they hear about it, they see it on TikTok, they see it on YouTube or whatever, or they see it in their news feed, and they're like, oh, let me check that out, and then they go immediately to streaming or whatever, and they find it themselves.
But a lot of these kids, they would probably know who Fleetwood Mac is, because I think Fleetwood Mac is one of the groups that a lot of people know. Young kids.
They might know like Gypsy or something because maybe their parents played it at one time or another.
Or
maybe they played it in the car.
Or Dreams.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like us, like us. Even you, even though I consider you way younger than me, even though you're only 10 years, but still, that's
way younger.
No. Listen, 10 years is a lot when you think about like something like that. It's
true.
So, like me, I mean, you don't remember, and you're from Southern California, you don't remember like, the Mighty 690, KKHR, stuff like that. You don't remember shit like that, KLOS, KMET.
Oh, no, I know KLOS.
Yeah, but I mean, did you ever really sit there and listen to? I mean, this isn't. No, don't take this wrong, Lisa. I'm not attacking you because you didn't, but I'm just saying, did you really? Because by the time you were a teenager, there was all kinds of other avenues, weren't there? It's like listening to music.
When I was a little kid, my dad used to put on KLOS when I was like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in the car, we'd put it on.
Yeah.
So, tell you the honest truth, a lot of those things you mentioned, I probably listened to my dad, because as a 5 and 6-year-old, I don't know how to put on the radio, and I didn't know how to find that stuff, so my dad put it on for me. And you're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Good point. I was shopping in a Safeway store once. An older man sees me with a Procol Harum concert t-shirt on and was wondering how I was into Procol Harum, being a younger person.
Yeah. I mean, because despite the fact that I'm 10 years younger than you, there are a lot of things that you know that I don't know because you were old enough to be aware of those things. Because they were probably from the 80s. And I was like born in 82, so a lot of the stuff that I really know well are stuff from the 90s, because that's my, Star 3.7, the stuff that was, the radio station that was big, Here's 101, actually, I got into that because of my dad. And Coast, my mom loves Celine Dion, so we always play Coast. But, stuff like, KLOS, I got into that because of my dad. So that's how I discovered all those things. And plus, I have a brother that's like 70, not born in 72 or 71, and he used to play that too. So that's how I got into all those things through them, through the eyes of other people.
Trish said, I mean, like Joe Mayo and Mike Rajuka, I'm sorry, Fanatic having everything like dolls and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Although, I mean, I understand, you know, people that do that. I mean, like, okay, like the guy from Depeche Mode Global. Okay, he's his name is Rob Rome.
Yeah.
That guy has collectibles of Depeche Mode. I'm just like, wow, amazing. You know, stuff he has. Stuff that I would probably buy myself, probably not. And I love Depeche Mode, and I probably wouldn't buy most of that stuff. You know, like there's a couple of posters he has that I may want to own, maybe stuff like that. But he has like all kinds of like other stuff that's just like I wouldn't want to own that stuff.
No, I agree with you, DJ Trish. When it comes to the Beatles, I only have one merchandise because I bought it. It was a Lego set. But when it comes to the Beatles, I'm a person that strictly just collects their records and their T-shirts. I don't collect the merch like the dolls, the games, the shoes. I don't collect that stuff because I'm more of a, when it comes to the Beatles, I'm more like with a lot of artists, I only collect their records. I don't really go buy their merch. Because I'm like, what am I going to do with a
Hey,
Beatles?
Dave.
What am I going to do with Beatles dolls? Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Dave's not here. I'm just kidding. I said, hi, Tim.
Well,
what is
Paulina,
up to the gorgeous Laura? What are you doing?
Hey, Laura. For the most part, Paulina, I do listen to radio, but the thing about it is I don't have a radio that is turned on right now, but I do have a record, a CD player that has a radio. But am I listening to a radio every day? Yeah. No. No, but when I'm in the car with my mom and we're going somewhere, yeah, I'll put on the radio.
I'm probably an unusual guy for my age, but I never really got into the Beatles. I like a few albums, White Album, Revolver, Rubber Soul, but after that, now the Stones and the Birds, I really like. I am like in the same camp with you, Sean, until recently. Before, I was very nothing until Rubber Soul.
Yeah.
I was not into anything before Rubber Soul. I was not like into anything Beatles before Rubber Soul. I liked it when they went to their psychedelic era, when they started going to the more like, you know, what I consider a more serious era. Pauline would be like, I'm going to tear your fucking head off for saying that. But, you know, for me, I consider that a more serious era. Now, being here in the vinyl community and hanging out like I have been for the last few years, I started to grow more of an appreciation for earlier Beatles. Yeah. So now I listen to earlier Beatles and I appreciate it. But before I really did it, tell you the truth, I really, really did not.
I mean, I listened to all Beatles. I was into earlier. I was into later, but I think I prefer later Beatles more. But early Beatles is good too. It's more pop. I think earlier Beatles, it's more pop rock. I think, like for me, as a kid, I think the first song that I thought sounded very uptight from the Beatles is Helter Skelter. When I listened to that, I was like, that sounds very tight to me.
You know, even going back to what Tim is saying here, he said, there isn't one radio station left in my ear that I would even consider listening to. It's like, you know, like me, I grew up hardcore karaoke. Yeah. I was karaoke 91X all the way. Loved it. You know, when I got older and I started like, you know, when you start getting to that age where it's like you start building your own tastes in music and you start getting, you know, you're like sculpting your own taste in what you like. That's when I went karaoke and I went like 91X. But karaoke nowadays, yeah, I've tried turning it on before. And I really can't sit through more than like a few minutes of it. It's like I'm not connected anymore. And it's like, that makes me sad because that makes me feel like, oh, I'm getting older. But I'll go online and I'll listen to, you know, rock of the 80s and 90s, you know, because they have a secondary station online where they play nothing but rock of the 80s and 90s. And I'm just like, back in my day, that's when the music was really good.
You're not even fucking old. Please, give me a break, dude. You're not fucking old.
Oh, yeah, I feel old, believe me. Back in my days, we had Susie the Bear Cheese.
You're not all
the good bands.
It's not like you're 20 or 30 years.
Music sucks.
It's not like you're 20 or 30 years older than me. Please.
What's all this
this new shit that come out. I mean, we had like
No, I mean
the
Paulina.
Church and Peshman, all the good stuff.
Paulina. I mean, I
And we
still
liked
listen
it.
I still listen to radio, Paulina. Even when I was a teenager, I listened to radio in elementary school. I still, from time to time, listen to radio. I don't give up on the radio because they still play good stuff on the radio.
Notice how I'm keeping silent when the Beatles are mentioned. See, even Vinyl Dreams Cake Best Me. He's like, lol. You know what's so funny is that I've been sitting here listening to this 60s playlist through one headphone. And I can't even tell you how many of these songs were recorded where it was the stereo was like in one side, like one side. I'm just like totally like, ugh.
You know what the song is my jam.
Says I usually listen to my MP3 player in the car. There you go.
I used to have an MP3 player.
I'm going to send out the links in a little bit. I'll send out the links in a little bit, Paulina. Let me see here. Have you ever scan tuned the AM radio band at night to hear distant radio stations for what they were playing? I have liked doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, it says 102. Where's the second one? Okay, there's a second part here. Yeah, like I said, I don't really listen to radio anymore.
I mean, I do when I'm in the car with my mom. When I'm in the car with my mom, because my mom has a CD player and a radio. And I do from time to time. But I think I was more in elementary school and high school. I was listening to the radio constantly because that's how we got music back then. And I think as I've gotten older, I've kind of relied more on Spotify. I know Tim hates to hear that word, Spotify, but I rely a lot on Spotify to get me music.
You know, to tell you the truth, Dwayne, like with this receiver, I remember when I first bought this receiver, it came with a antenna, like a wire antenna, whatever it is. And, the first thing I did when I hooked up the whole receiver is I was like, nah, I'm going to use this shit and throw it in a box, whatever. But I came across it probably let's say a year ago. Maybe. And I went ahead and I plugged in. I was like, oh, let me listen to some radio. And like I said, that's when I was really like, I am so disconnected, from radio now. It's like as soon as I get in the car, the first thing, I do is I hit my phone, and I turn around and I turn on Amazon Music and I listen to what I want to.
Yeah.
I don't really and I mean, and tell you the truth, Amazon Music and, Amazon Music and Spotify will take some bands that you're into. Like, say if I put in that, I want to listen to my Depeche Mode, my Cure, or whatever, and it'll say, okay, well, here's a playlist of songs that are in that genre, and they'll throw other stuff in there to feed you. So sometimes you can discover new stuff through there. You can be like, oh, well, I didn't even know about this other band or whatever. Like this week, I discovered a new band called Black Midi.
Oh, yeah, I like them.
On accident, because I was supposed to, Friday, I was supposed to go work at the Wiltern, I think it was the Wiltern. Yeah. Wiltern. I was supposed to go do work for the lead singer of Black Midi, but they turned around and they canceled it, But I was going to go out there and do some work for him, and I didn't really know who he was. And then Lisa said, oh, he used to be the lead singer of this band called Black Midi. So I was like, oh, well, let me go ahead and look it up. Oh, shit, we got to pass. Sorry.
Pass.
Sorry to you Beatles fans. That will take us down faster than anything.
I do thoroughly enjoy Black Midi. I've heard of the name, but I never listened to them in their entirety. But I went and listened to them, and I was like, they're pretty good, Black Midi.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I turned around and I went and I started listening to them and stuff like that, and I was totally fucking blown away at some of the shit they were doing. I mean, the guy is just freaking amazing.
If you like Black Midi, you know who else you might like? That's similar to Black Midi, Idols. You ever heard of them?
No, I haven't. Actually, but Justin Hawkins Rides Again, he had mentioned this other band called Cardiacs.
Yeah. And
a couple of other bands that sound exactly like him. So when he mentioned those bands, I went to go look them up. And Cardiacs, oh my God, freaking awesome. I was blown away. Cardiacs. I mean, some of these bands that are they're doing this whole jazz fusion, but it's it's a whole other level now. It's like a whole genre that I didn't even know existed that I've been getting into this past week, So, hey, how you doing, Royce? So, hello, Royce. Royce in the house. Hello. Hi, Royce. Paulina said no, because Dusty said that when we were teens, we had all of these resources available to discover music when we were like him. We only had the radio and MTV VH when we were not teens, when Napster was, I'm assuming you mean when Napster was around. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, maybe you were kind of discovering stuff in the old-fashioned way. Maybe.
Well, of course, we didn't have we didn't have the Spotify, we didn't have the Amazon Music when we were teens. So, in order for us to discover new music, we had to do it via the radio.
Yeah. Said, hey, Dwayne. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say. I listen to podcasts most these days, but sometimes I listen to a local college radio station and it's good. But, for me, it's very far in between that I'll listen to, radio. I mean, it's really, I got to set myself up for it. I have to, really want to. I got to set up an antenna and whatever else. And, yeah, it's not something I really do. Hey, Dwayne. Can you play A Water Shade of Pale by Procol Harum? Let me see if I can get to it a little bit later, Dwayne. See if I can pull it up on this listing here. Hi, Paulina. Royce. I loved radio until 2 years ago when the FCC reallocated station bandwidths, and the last good stations remaining were taken off the air so bigger stations, could get more frequencies and to make more. And that's usually how it goes. I used to listen to a lot of college radio in the 90s and early 2000s. Student DJs had 3-hour shows. The genres were all over the place. Now, I remember when we were kids, Hop Frog, remember in the college years, also 91X coming out of San Diego was they were more gritty. It's karaoke was kind of like the pop of alternative, and then 91X was a little bit more gritty, and that was coming out of San Diego. And I remember you had to go all the way to the end of the dial to get to 91X. Yeah. And that is where there was a compilation that came out. It was a box set that was called Left of the Dial. It's a 4-disc set, which had all the music that was from 91X, those really obscure alternative bands. And it's called Left of the Dial, referring to 91X being all the way at the left of the dial, and most college radio stations being all the way at the left of the dial.
I mean, I used to listen to KCREW. That was pretty good, KCRW. I like that station. And
very good, Royce.
Want to listen to indie stuff? They got you covered.
Long ago, music wasn't playing in shopping malls and grocery stores. Well, the thing that's really sad is when you turn around and you go to the grocery store and you hear the music from your youth being played in there. Or out here in Los Angeles, we have a radio station called K Earth 101.
Yep.
K Earth 101 used to be, in my day, I mean, you heard Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, you heard the Supremes, you heard shit like that. You turn it on now and you hear fucking Soft Cell and Depeche Mode. REM. It makes me feel old as fuck when I hear K Earth 101. So I don't do it.
If you think about it, I grew up with a lot of those songs too, so I feel old as fuck.
Yeah, a lot of songs have been playing off my list tonight. They were songs I heard on KRLA when I was a kid.
I mean, I turned on KR 101, and they were playing "It's the End of the World as We Know It." I'm like, fuck,
right?
You're making me feel old.
Right? You're like, fuck musical task. Now I feel old.
I mean, because people tell me, people tell me you're not old, and I'm like, well, you're playing my music from when I was a kid on the classic rock stations.
Most definitely. Hi, DJ Trish. I was closer to the Claremont College's KSBC, the space. Yeah, out here, it's like I said, it was very faint, Dave, that I got 91X. Very faint. And it had to be on a good, clear night, that I got 91X. It wasn't something I listened to, all the time consistently, which I wish I could, but, Oh, sorry. Jimmy's got to go. I'm sorry.
He's got to go.
He'll get me taken down, yeah. It's funny, you play the Beach Boys and not get taken down, but you fucking play Jimi Hendrix to get taken down.
Because nobody cares about the Beach Boys. Just kidding.
I even heard of someone making their own radio station. They had a weak transmitter. They were caught. Yeah, isn't it crazy that there was a time where if you tried to build a transmitter, the FCC would come to your door and they would knock on your door and fucking shut you down. Have you guys ever seen that movie from the 80s called Pump Up the Volume?
No.
With Christian Slater? Same kind of thing. He ends up making a radio station, gets a radio transmitter, and through the whole movie, the FCC is trying to hunt him down, trying to find where his fucking signal's coming from. Because he's playing stuff that's blah, blah, whatever, obscure, freaking, anti-establishment, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, back then it's like you can, and now it's like on the internet, it's like it's fucking the Wild Wild West. You can turn around, you can get your own webpage really cheaply. Go ahead and upload, and you can start going live streaming, and do your own show, cussing and doing whatever the fuck you want now. Crazy times. I know there's this YouTuber who has this podcast called Snap Crackle Pop. It's cool, yes, and you should check it out.
I heard of him. He's a member of the Beatles.
No, there's this like really, really young guy, really great hair.
Yeah.
Really young guy, and he has this he has this podcast called Snap Crackle Pop. He kind of looks like he's probably in his late 20s. Yeah,
like
all vinyl.
He's a more refined version. He's a more refined version of Gay Logging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Snap Crackle Pop. It's a podcast. It's done by a gentleman who, like I said, he looks very, very young. He has a full, beautiful head of hair.
I know. Can I have your hair?
You guys want to check it out? It's actually Tim Allen's podcast. Is on SoundCloud, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's on Podomatic.
Podomatic. There you go. Do you have the link for it, Lisa?
Let me go find it.
Lisa will put up the link, so you guys want to go ahead and check that out. That is Tim Allen's podcast.
If Tim has it, he can put it too.
Yes, he can go ahead. He has a wrench. He can put it up also.
Yeah.
We're at the age where our music is considered. Yeah, tell her. Say hello, Royce.
I know.
Music
Tim,
is timeless. Trish, okay, yes, it is. It's true.
I am gonna bookmark Tim because I don't have you bookmark. Bad me.
I know, Mimi. I'm pretty sure. But if I played like Hendrix, they would like take us down, even if I talked over it. I wish I could go ahead and play it, but yeah, good song though. Love Pump Up the Volume. Great movie and soundtrack. Most definitely. Yeah. That guy's a slacker lately. Well, I don't know, Tim. I heard the guy gets the podcast out on time. He gets them going. Pump Up the Volume was a fun 80s teen rebellion film. Really? Yeah, it was. You know what I watched last night? Because I was on this whole thing where I was like, the teen movie thing, like I always am, because I never fucking grew up. I was watching Some Kind of Wonderful, and the only reason why I was watching is because there's this person on YouTube who's called My Gen X Life. I don't know if anyone's ever seen her. And she did a video on alternate endings. And she was talking about the ending to Pretty in Pink. And she was saying the ending to Pretty in Pink was supposed to end with Ducky and Molly Ringwald ending up together.
Yep.
That was supposed to be the original ending. Now, when they filmed that ending, that was the ending that they played for test audiences. Test audiences, they said, would boo when they would play this ending of her ending up with Ducky. And people were like, John Hughes and all these people, Howard Dutch, the guy who made the movie, didn't understand. He's like, why are they booing it? Ducky's the one she should be with, blah, blah, blah. They didn't like it. So they went and they got what was his name? The one who played Blaine. Andrew McCarthy. They got him. By this time, months later, he was already in a play where he had shaved his head. Okay? He had shaved his head. So they called him back and said, we're going to have to do reshoots. We're going to have to redo this thing where she ends up with you and blah, blah, blah. And John Hughes did not know how he was going to write it. So he wrote it within 24 hours. He wrote this whole thing where he's like, okay, I got it. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. You're correct. He turned around and wrote this whole scene where he's like, okay, well, we're going to do this, okay, Blaine goes to the prom alone, and blah, 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 whatever. And he sees Andy and they fall, they realize that they're meant for each other and they go off into the sunset together, which John Hughes was never happy with because that was not his ending. No. But he was like, okay, let me appease the fucking public list. So years later, when they made Some Kind of Wonderful, he's all, no, fuck you. This time, he's going to end up with, a girl he should end up with. He's going to be with the underdog, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
So the end of Some Kind of Wonderful, he ended up with Mary Stuart Masterson. Eric Stoltz says, and the famous sign where he's like, oh, you look great wearing my future, where she has the diamond earrings.
Oh,
I watched that last night. Yeah, I watched that last night. And I was like, oh, and I was like, that was such a great fucking ending. I was like, yeah, Pretty in Pink should have probably ended that way, but
I think they were appeasing
I'm okay with
people.
it.
They were appeasing the people in Pretty Pink. I'm not meaning any disrespect to John Cryer. I think John Cryer is a good-looking person, but I think the audience was just not gonna feel John Cryer as the love interest for her because a lot of them are probably thinking Andrew McCarthy is a better looking guy. That's probably why they ended up using him at the end of the movie. Although John Cryer, I think nowadays, if they were to do it like a Ducky type person, I think it would go really well over nowadays. Because a lot of people love quirky men. They love men that are just, not your typical love story kind of guy. And I like Ducky. That's what I like about Ducky. He was not your heartthrob.
Well, here was the thing that Molly Ringwald said. She said in supplemental materials, which they did this whole they did a DVD during the early 2000s of Pretty in Pink, which is called the Just Ducky edition or whatever. In that, she does an interview and she said that she said that she had agreed to end up with Ducky in the script. And the reason why was because at the time they had cast Robert Downey Jr. And she said at the time she had a very big crush on Robert Downey Jr. And she said that her and Robert Downey Jr. had that chemistry. And she said that the reason why she didn't want to have that ending with John Cryer is because she said by the time she had seen the dailies and everything with John Cryer, she said you could really see that they had that brother-sister chemistry. And she says, I don't think it's going to work. I really don't think it's going to work. And so they shot it and said, but John Hughes was adamant. He was like, no, this is the ending I want. And, Molly Ringwald said, I really did not feel comfortable with it. She said, had it been Robert Downey Jr. like he was originally supposed to be, I would have went with that name. So, I really don't think it was, it worked.
I don't think I could see, since John Cryer did Ducky, it's like, I think he was just made for the role. He was just made for the role of Ducky. Robert Downey Jr., great actor, no doubt. But no, I just couldn't see him as Ducky. I could see him as Ducky because he's just not quirky like John Cryer. And I feel like Ducky is a quirky guy. I feel like John Cryer is a very quirky looking person, while Robert Downey Jr. is not quirky to me. He's like a heartthrob. I don't know, I just couldn't see a heartthrob playing the role of Ducky. It has to be someone who's quirky, like Anthony Michael Hall.
Poor Mimi. I'm sorry, Mimi. I'm like totally knocking her dick in the dirt. She's like, I already knocked Hendrix and I knocked Beatles. She's like, ooh, Beatles. I'm like, no, I just knocked them.
I love Ducky's dancing. That's like my favorite scene.
Poor Mimi. I'm sorry. Molly and Ducky should have been together. People that wanted the ending that we got probably were the stuck-up popular kids at school. Could be.
But I get where Molly
could
coming
be.
from. I get where Molly Ringwald's coming from because I think they probably did have like a brother-sister relationship, and I just think that you can watch it on YouTube, the ending with Ducky and Molly Ringwald.
Does it exist? Because what I had seen, I had seen a video, but I don't know how old the video was that I had watched, and I think that's where, like I said, she's called My Gen X Life or something like that. She had done a video on alternate endings. And I guess out of all the alternate endings she had done, those were the two big ones she wanted to do was Pretty in Pink, and I think the other one was Christmas Vacation. Or not Christmas, I'm sorry, Vacation, the first Vacation.
Lampoon's, yeah.
And she said that it was a whole ending to National Lampoon's Vacation where the Griswolds had gone to Wally or whatever Wally's house.
Yeah.
The guy who was basically like the Walt Disney character. They'd gone to his house and had dinner, blah blah whatever else, and then they go to the theme park, and he sends them home first class on the plane. And they had a whole scene where they were on the plane flying home talking. That was the original ending. But they said that's not how it ended. It ended like we see.
Yeah.
But they said the only inkling that we have that they had shot that scene was that in the montage of photos, you see a photo of them on the plane in first class. You see the Griswolds. Now, Chevy Chase came out a couple of years ago and said, oh yeah, I remember shooting that scene, because a lot of people were asking, does it exist, or is it just like something that's mouth to mouth that people are saying exists? He's all, no, it exists. He's all, I have it on VHS. He's all, I have it on a VHS tape in my home.
Yeah.
And he's like, so like a lot of people are saying, will that ever show up on a supplemental material of a 4K re-release or something or whatever. So, because Chevy Chase didn't say. But then Chevy Chase could have been talking to his ass that he has it.
I heard that people say that Chevy Chase Chevy Chase is kind of a jerk. People that have worked with him.
Well, he likes to say shit too, and like I said, he could have said he had it when he doesn't. Because why would he have it and nobody else has it?
Exactly.
Nobody else has it. But Anthony Michael Hall said, I remember shooting it, and I remember that actually we shot that scene. And they called us back to shoot the ending that you see, because he says, if you look, I'm a couple of feet taller in the ending scene than I was in some of the scenes leading up to the closing scene. Because they had called us back for reshoots and I had already grown.
Huh.
And I was like, oh, okay, well.
What's his
as a teenager,
guy in there too? What's his name? The one from Big Bang Theory. Wasn't he in Christmas Vacation too?
Johnny Galecki?
Yeah. Galecki.
He was in Christmas Vacation. Yeah, he was the boy. He was the son.
The son.
Yeah, he was the son. As a teen in Henderson, Nevada, my friends and I would park in the desert, get high while Wolfman Jack would DJ for Tijuana, Mexico. Royce, I have found a channel on YouTube where this guy has all these old recordings of radio shows from over the years. He has some of the Wolfman Jacks from Tijuana, Mexico. So you might want to check that out. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull this up. He should be in my subs. Hold on a minute and I'll go ahead and send you. Oh, there he is, right there. Okay, let me in. Okay. There you go. That is a link to the guy. His name is Retro Radio Joe. He has all kinds of old recordings of old radio broadcasts. And he has a lot of those Wolfman Jacks from Tijuana, Mexico. Dwayne Wolotka, nice. I just got into Led Zeppelin. When I was growing up, Led Zeppelin was banned in our house because the music was considered demonic. A lot of people considered it to be a cult.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought it was a cult. Hey, baby, you got the Wolfman on the radio. Hey, baby, you got the Wolfman. I can't do Wolfman Jack. I wish I could. Yeah, baby. You got the Wolfman on the radio. Good song. Okay, that song, of course. Monkeys. Trish, that's right. We love the Wolfman. In the flesh, baby. You guys remember him in American Graffiti?
Oh.
When he tells Richard Dreyfuss, it's he totally does his normal voice in that movie. It's he's the Wolfman. And then when he ends up getting back, he's going, you want a popsicle? He's I got a whole refrigerator back there. Refrigerator broke down. They're melting.
Wolfman.
I gotta eat them all by tonight.
Wolfman Jack has some set of hairs on him. He has a lot of hair.
There you go. Just I would enjoy that. Yeah, it's great. It's great. He has all kinds of old. I don't know how many of them you remember, Royce, from being out there by you, but he has a lot. He has an archive of a lot of old karaoke from the 80s. Coast. Remember Love Songs on the Coast, Lisa? You remember that shit?
It's still on.
Yeah, he has a lot of the old ones where they go be
I almost called
this is so and so, and she's sending this song out to you because this is coming from Dusty to Lisa because he says that your booty stinks and he
How rude of you!
I'm just kidding. No, but I'm just saying. Remember that chick? He has a bunch of her recordings there. So
yeah, of all the things you could call the show for, you'd be Groovy.
You're welcome, Royce. This song playing now reminds me of Pulp Fiction. Yup.
My butt smells of vanilla and cheesecake.
Yeah, vanilla and bananas. Let me see. Playing now reminds me of Pulp Fiction.
I like Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
I mean, it's an overrated movie, yes, but I like it.
The Wolfman coming out to you, baby. Yeah. Say Wolfman.
I mean, I once was gonna call that show Love Songs of the Coast because I was like, dude, I want to dedicate a song to my ex at the time, and I almost called them back in 2000. I was like,
You're
yeah,
like, oh, what was it for Jimmy?
I was gonna dedicate to Jimmy. I was gonna dedicate Joe. I wanna know. Yeah, we had a song.
So can you play "I Miss You" by Climax?
Yeah.
Some of those old freaking 80s love songs.
No, you know when I was in high school, that song by Jagged Edge came out called "Let's Get Married," and he used to always play that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Yeah.
this was Beach Boys. No,
I
but
think this playlist hates you.
Yeah, I know. You look so fine. But I love this song. This is like a good Beach Boys song. You gotta admit, this is a good Beach Boys song. The harmonies.
Art LeBeau was shit too.
Oh my God, Art LeBeau. I love Art LeBeau. He was there to the end, pretty much. 95.
You know, did I ever tell you about when my ex-cat passed away? My ex-cat, her mother passed away, and she ended up with all, like, remember I told you she ended up with all her records, her CDs, all that stuff.
Yeah.
There was a lot of CDs that she wanted to get rid of because, you know, they were not her style, you know?
Yeah.
And she didn't want to go through the whole trouble of selling them to, like, the, you know, whatever place or CD trade or whatever. It's kind of like in the limbo for CDs, where CDs were in, but they weren't quite in type thing, you know? So, her mother, and we never understood this, her mother had the whole collection of Art LeBeau's oldies but goodies.
Oh.
You know, he had a series of CDs called Oldies But Goodies. And she had the whole set, and, you know, she wanted to get rid of them, and I took them, so I have them. I have the whole series that he made. I think there's like 18 or 19 volumes of that shit. And I was like, no, I'll take those. Yeah, so that's what that reminded me of, Art LeBeau's dedications.
I love Art LeBeau.
Isn't it great? I mean, it's like when you listen to it twice, it's like a time warp. You know, when you listen to it, what I like to do sometimes is I like to play it at night when I'm going to bed. You know, I'll play one of the old, like, you know, broadcasts or whatever, and I'll let it play really low. You know, put it on timer or whatever. Great stuff.
You want to hear the most random thing, people? The most random shit on the stream? This is the quote of the night. Sometimes I'll fall asleep to Steve Wilkos. Don't ask. But yeah, now you know.
Uh-oh. It said, speaking of butts, I read the scene in Rain Man where Hoffman and Cruz are in the phone booth, and Hoffman goes, uh-oh, fart. He really did fart. Just rolled with it, so kept it.
I like Rain Man. I thought it was a very good representation. Oh, yeah, that's my butt.
Speaking of farts. Sorry, Hendrix, you gotta go. What? Sorry.
You know, my butt is not that big in that picture. My butt's got bigger since then.
In the movie, look at Pauline said, yo, this little puppet I want to dedicate I Miss You by Climax to my wifey Letty. I love you, boo. You're my muy caliente chica. Okay, now I gotta say it in the proper way, okay. Yo, this little puppet I want to dedicate I Miss You by Climax to my wife Letty. I love you, boo. You're my muy caliente chica, mi mujer, my love, mi amor, cabrona. Muy cochina, you know I love you.
You gotta say torta.
Oh, yeah, you're my torta. My torta. Oh, now Lisa's all turned on, so now we can move on.
Oh, no, I'm turning off my camera now.
Lisa's all, well, I'm all turned on.
I'm not answering that question.
¿Qué pasó, mi torta?
No comment. No comment.
That sounds so gross.
No. Off my camera.
Mimi's all, oh, that's sweet.
Somebody said if they're not, somebody said if they're not 280, they're not a lady.
If they're not what?
If you're not 285, you ain't a lady or something.
Oh, no, if you ain't 280, you ain't a lady. Although I up it a little bit, I'm off. You ain't 380, you ain't a lady. You already know I like my tortas.
Well, I'm off by 200 then.
Oh, yeah, something like that. 200. You're only 180 pounds?
Yep.
You're 180? Okay, now are we talking about one of your toes, or are you talking about your whole body? I'm just kidding.
My whole body.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not afraid to say that I'm 180. I'm 180.
I'm just playing with you. Now she's gonna get all defensive. I'm really now for the next week. I'm gonna hear. I'm really 180. Watch. She's gonna be sending me all kinds of like pictures of like her on a scale.
I don't send pictures.
I'm really 180.
I don't send pictures of myself on a scale because you know why? It fluctuates. I'm between 180 and 183. It fluctuates.
No, why you say I'm not 180? I'm really 180.
No, when I told my mom I'm 180, my mom goes, "You gained weight," and I was like, "Why?" She goes, "You were 174," and I was like, "Well, you know, I ate a lot. I ate a lot. I gained 6 pounds in 7 months."
Yeah, I'm 174 too. One of my ankles.
No, you're like about 180 too. We'll say you're 180.
In 1990, what?
Hey, you know what's funny is like the last time I was like 130 was a while back. So I can't talk.
I think I was 180 in probably like 1998, something like that, 99.
But I mean, for my height, that's I don't look too big for 180. I look pretty good. I look pretty damn good.
These beers are actually pretty strong.
Yeah.
Usually, people. What do you want, Memo? Come here. What's the matter, Memo? Okay. Usually, I drink, as you all know, Voodoo Ranger IPA.
Sponsor him, please.
Yeah, which is 9.5 ABV. I went to my specialist, I guess you can call him, at the, I guess, a specialty craft brew place I go to. And I was having a conversation with him. I said, I was like, I went in there. There's none of like regular Voodoo Ranger IPA. I said, you just have like Juice Force, blah, blah. I'm kind of tired of those juicy, fruity ones, And he's like, yeah, we're out of those. So he's all, you're only sticking at like 9.5? And I was like, yeah, he's all, what's the strongest IPA you've had? And I said, maybe around 10. He's all, come with me, I'm going to show you something. Takes me into this little like freezer area, which is kind of like the equivalency of walking into like a humidor. When you walk into like one of those walk-in humidors, I don't know, whoever here smokes cigars and they keep like their specialty cigars in there. And he goes, come with me in here. And I was like, okay. So I walk in there and it's all these like specialty breweries, blah, 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 whatever it may be. And a lot of single cans. What did you buy for like $5, $6, $7, $8, even going all the way up to like, $14 per can. Local breweries. And he goes, okay, this one's from a local brewery. He's like, you're going to want to try this one. It's called Flying Dog. This is called Raging Dog. Double Dog. Local brewery. Really good. These guys are like, I think in Fullerton or some shit like that. And I was like, okay. He's all, okay, this is really strong. He's all, this is a 12 ABV. Way higher than you're used to. So I'm like, okay, no problem. All right. He's all, probably want to drink as many as you usually do, All right. So I bought a 6-pack and we brought it home. I've been sipping on this. This stuff grabs you by the boo-boo. I'm like in my second one. And it's like, I'm already like ready to quit.
He'll start telling everybody he loves them and how beautiful they are.
I'm not to that point. Way far from that point. But still, I was just kind of like, wow. Yeah, I felt a little like, a little twist of the boo-boo. So, yeah. Let me see. Roxy Music did a great cover of this. I'm assuming the last song in the Midnight Hour. Hey, this is Chica Letty. I want to dedicate I'm Your Puppet to my man's little puppet because this bitch is your puppet. Love your papi chulo.
You gotta do it in the voice.
Okay. Hey, this is Chica Letty. I want to dedicate I'm Your Puppet to my man's little puppet because this bitch is your puppet. Love your papi chulo. I didn't do that right. I did good enough, though. Yeah, you're supposed to do it, Lisa.
You want me to do it? No.
Can you do it? Do it. Come on, Lisa.
Don't know.
Do your best chola voice, like that's like the Pico Rivera girl. That's
okay. I'll try.
Okay. Think chola. Wait. Okay, here's your motivation. I'm gonna be your director. Okay. Here's your motivation. You are a poor
Mexican immigrant living in the Vadio. And the only thing you have is your man and your family and your hood. Okay, go. Okay, go.
Hey, I butchered it already.
Never mind. Fucking forget it. Okay, moving on. Midnight Airplane in the background. Nice. Love soul music.
I can't do. What am I going to do? I'm going to be like, hey, this is Chicalita. I don't know.
Look at how Prog said. This bottle here, Dusty, this is Everclear. Try it. Oh, the one ID on there? That means it's good. I know, huh?
Well,
I'm so stupid. I'm just kind of like...
Because I don't know if I could get away with it, because would that be like... I could get away with it. I don't know. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at that. I can do it in an Asian voice.
Uh-huh.
I can be like, this is Chicalita. Want to dedicate on your puppet to my little man puppet because I don't know.
Mimi said, oh my god, Everclear knocked me out for 2 days. Did you guys ever see the video where someone started a car with Everclear? They took a little bit of Everclear and they put it in the carburetor and they fucking started the car up. And I'm like, fuck, you put that shit in your body? I'm like, fucking crazy. Tim said, are we going to get to watch it? Well, you know, no. I know when I'm getting to that point. I kind of learned how to maintain butt stain. I think I'm becoming a veteran with this shit. Veteran with being able to drink on streams and, you know, okay, it's time to go. Good night. Hey, me love you long time. Okay, well, yeah.
I mean,
that's Lisa.
I can't do an Asian accent, but yeah.
I used to have the video up here and I got rid of it.
I mean, like, how are you supposed to do, like, a Mexican accent? You're supposed to be like, hey, Bato Holmes, or something like that? I'm butchering it. I forget it. Fuck it.
Well, no, I mean, it's... Sometimes when you, like, try and sound like a chola, you just end up sounding like...
Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. Buttered sausage. It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
Talk about butter sausage. Talk about butter sausage. I like me some Jimmy Dean sausage. When I eat it, I butter it on the lips.
Go kiss it on the lips.
Did you see the thing with Gary Busey? I forgot what it was. Gary Busey was in some random movie and it was funny as hell. It was like he was on a massage table or something.
What did we just watch?
Gary Busey.
Well, Gary, where you been? So you go. My ex's family is from the south. They have moonshine that just 1 tablespoonful will put anyone to bed for the evening. They drink it with coffee. My son's friend, well, one of the kids on the baseball team, his name was Zach. Really? Are you going to start that, Grayson? Hold on just a moment. I'll be right back. Oh, no, John, go away. Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Baby, where did you go? Baby. Let me tell you something about Gary Busey, okay, guys? This is my stream now. Gary Busey. I don't know what fucking drugs Gary Busey is on, but I want them. Yeah. That was Paul.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
I have said stupider shit on this stream, okay? I have said stupider shit on this stream. Who doesn't like Gary Busey?
Let's see, my ex's family, like I'm saying, my ex's family is from the south. They have moonshine that just 1 tablespoonful will put anyone to bed for the evening. They drink it with coffee. Now, the thing was that, like I said, my son's friend
one of the kids on the baseball team, he had gotten a hold of real moonshine. Now, me, I was like, used to drinking this shit, which is like fake. That's fake moonshine, you know? It's just like whatever, you know, you take a couple of shots. It's a little bit strong, you know. I think like the proof, what is it? 103 proof. It's kind of strong, you know. Nothing compared to what this kid gave me. He's like, oh, I'm going to give you a little bit of it. He gave me a little bit in a bottle. Took it home, you know. He's like, just a couple of shots. Not a whole lot. Take it easy, Rick. Fuck it. I turn around and hit that shit. Oh, my God. It screwed me up. Yeah, so I will not do real fucking moonshine anymore. Hell no. He said, haha, right, Etchamillan? I said, lol. I was wondering why Dusty kept saying John. Lol, I get it now. Yeah, that was Paul Bosong's.
I'm sorry, we're not Beatles experts.
Love Jim Danny. If Yoko Ono, go ahead and play the dumb video. Speaking of Yoko Ono, going back to the whole thing, we discovered that Yoko Ono's masters were one set of masters. Actually, all her masters burned up in the Universal fire. Oh. And it's funny because Cheap Audio Man is talking about it, and he's like, "Yeah, Yoko Ono." He's all, but I think I'm kind of all right with that. He's like, "Oh, all of her masters burned up in the fire," but I think I'm kind of okay with that. So, yeah, insanely ridiculous stuff. So,
redonkulous.
Lisa's all rolling on the bed. You roll on the bed?
I do roll on the bed sometimes. I do the worm. Okay, go play the video of the guy saying that's the stupidest thing you ever said.
Well, no. It doesn't deserve that, so.
Well, I'm glad that you think some of my stuff is not dumb.
Well, no, I don't believe it's all dumb, you know.
I'm dumb. I say dumb stuff about 50% of the time.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys.
Oh my God! That's like the evolution of me. That's the evolution of me.
That is the evolution of you, isn't it?
Yeah, I once had really short hair, guys. I looked like a lesbian driving a Subaru with my short hair.
Loser said, maybe that's the reason they let the fire burn.
I agree.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. And they were like listening really close to like, can you hear the fire? The fire's like all.
The day she dies, the day that Yoko dies is gonna be a sad day for Mr. Mayo.
But we'll keep on toining. Proud Mary, keep on boining. There you go. Oh, easy, Mike. It's like all in my way. You want to fight with me, Mike? Mike's all trying to fight with me. Well, let's fight, Mike.
Fight.
Let me see. Does anyone think Yoko Ono was trying to sound like the woman singing on Pink Floyd's The Great? She didn't come anywhere close.
No, not even.
Yeah, I don't think she came anywhere close. She wishes. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, let me see here. There's some other good stuff here. Yeah, maybe it's time to get rid of some of this stuff, so yeah.
This is the Disco Dance Machine. It's an electric record player with a microphone, but without the record.
Disco, disco, disco dance machine. Disco, disco, disco dance machine. Disco, disco, disco dance machine.
Disco fun for all. The Disco Dance Machine comes complete as shown, record not included. From Ohio Art.
Now Tim's gonna come and be like, I found one for $2. Complete!
I kind of want that. I think that'd be kind of cool. The kids had really cool stuff back then.
Tim's be like, I found one for $2. There you go. A complete one in the box. Had not glad. Oh well, what's the difference? Okay, more like a broken air raid siren.
I mean, if it was sealed, Richard Dolan would want it.
For real?
Yeah.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You know him and is always wanting everything sealed. You remember the video Mayo had of him calling the record store?
Uh-oh. Let me see. Mason said, damn, this is where I really need to kick my audiophile ears into gear because I love 90s country music and I got a Garth Brooks comp, but it's hard to tell if it's actually authentic recordings or just tributes. Like what's on streaming services? Mason, maybe me and you can arrange a trade because I'm going to tell you something. I just recently, see, look at Lisa's face. She knows where it's coming. I just recently came into a huge collection of Garth Brooks CDs.
Yeah, sell it, baby, sell it.
So tell me what those CDs, I mean, the whole catalog. Tell me what it would be worth to you, and I'll go ahead and I'll trade you. I'll send them to you. I'll trade you. Trade you for some CDs. Tell me something that might be of interest to me,
You should show it to him. Get all seductive in the camera and be like...
Okay, hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Keep them entertained, Lisa. Keep them entertained.
Yeah. I got some, Garth Brooks CDs here. I'm going to go touch them. You want some, Mason? You want some of my Garth Brooks CDs? We put the bussy in Garth Brooks. I'm telling you. If you did not listen to that song called Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks as a kid, I mean, let's be really honest, people. We all kind of accidentally listened to Garth Brooks in the 90s. Nobody actually listened to Garth Brooks because they wanted to. Garth Brooks just somehow ended up on our radio station. For me, I remember when Garth Brooks had a little experimental phase where he was Chris Gaines and he was all emo and stuff. I swear, everybody remembers that, the emo phase of Garth Brooks where he was Chris Gaines. But Friends in Low Places, The Dash, Lightning Bolt. Garth Brooks' wife had a TV show, Trisha Yearwood. And Garth Brooks was on there one day and he was talking about how he made his taco pizza. And he was so proud of it, his taco pizza. You look it up on YouTube.
Make me an offer. Got some good CDs. I'll go ahead and send them out to you.
Ooh. Nice. You got ooh. You gotta make it alluring so he would want them. You gotta be like, these are the best of Garth Brooks.
I'm telling you, let me know. I'll send them out.
Yeah, they'll make you.
Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want to trade me for. I will send them out. Trust me.
These Garth Brooks CDs, they are a dime a dozen. Garth Brooks gets you laid in the South. Garth Brooks does not get you laid in California, but he gets you laid in the South and the Midwest. Not the East Coast. People in the East Coast are not listening to Garth Brooks. I know, the person who owned that collection really loved Garth Brooks. They were like a Garth Brooks whore. No offense, but... I like Garth Brooks in small doses.
They were Garth Brooks. Well, there you go. Yeah, they were. They definitely were.
I mean, everybody to chat, have you guys heard Friends in Low Places? That's one of Garth Brooks' songs. It's a good song.
Boots, they're all real CDs. I mean, they're all real.
Why would he give you boots? Why would Dusty give you boots?
Those are all real. I bought them in a collection. I mean, I bought them in a whole like.
Those CDs are about as real as my butt. Okay, my butt is real.
Yeah.
Those CDs
You
are
want
real.
anything else? I mean, there's also like.
Do you
I got a bunch of
Urban?
Brooks and Dunn. You know, a bunch of like.
When the sun goes down in my
Bunch of
part
Brooks and
town.
Dunn.
You got any Alabama?
Bunch of Sugarland.
You give him all that.
Yeah.
Right, Royce? Garth Brooks is great. The world does not appreciate Garth Brooks and what he's done for all the babies that were produced in the 90s because of his songs. You have Blake Shelton too. You include some Blake Shelton for him.
Yeah, a lot of Blake Shelton in here. There's like, you know,
I mean, that's
Trisha
what's
Yearwood, Vince Gill,
the Whoop.
Keith Urban.
Yep.
A lot of shit. There was like over 70 freaking like country CDs in the collection. So
You'd be like, hey, Mason, you want to yeehaw some country CDs into your collection? Yeehaw it.
yeah,
Yeehaw. We got you some Keith
Alabama
Urban.
is my music collection.
Mason, if you want some Alabama, you want some Keith Urban, some Brook and Dunn, we got you all covered here in the
Good
in the
night,
figure
Trish.
out. Good night, Trish. Hey, Trish, you like some Garth Brooks? Garth Brooks gets the loin off grilling in the summer air.
Night, Trish. See, the real question is, do you have any boots and cats? Boots and cats. Boots and cats. Boots and cats.
I love that song.
Boots. Nice. So it's friendly. Yeah, I have the best of Garth Brooks CD compilation, which would probably be all I really need. It has Friends in Low Places and the Thunder Roll.
Oh, you know what I like? I like
yeah.
the dance. I love the dance. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's like, so I have a best of compilation that I had bought many moons ago. It's like a 2-disc whatever best of Garth Brooks. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, I don't need to go through like every one of his CDs to like find the best of, you know. Friends in Low Places, come on. Cheech and Chong were in the video. Come on,
Yeah.
now. It's like one of my favorite songs because I do have Friends in Low Places.
I have a friend that got arrested by the Kardashian store, so I do have friends in low places.
I need her to be my friend. I really do. I'm
Well,
like, you know, I'm like, you know, when chicks like pick up guys who are like all full, you know, trashy, and they say, "I can fix him. I can fix him."
You can't.
That's the way I feel about her.
You can't fix a schizophrenic person.
I can fix her. I can
No,
fix
you
her.
can't.
I can train her. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That sounds so horrible. I can train her.
You know the thing
I can train her
about
not to go on the floor.
The thing about her is she's homeless and I don't know where she is.
Look, I got a free trial for Amazon Music, and I've been complaining what's on there with my comp, and I swear something sounded a bit different. When comparing the tracks, maybe it's all just like,
But you ain't got some goth.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, yeah. It could be different. I mean, when, like I said, when you depend on nothing but streaming, they can give you anything they want to. You know, they can do whatever they want. They control it. The way AI is advancing, can never be too sure if it's real or Memorex.
Yeah.
Right.
I think AI is taking over everything.
Oh, thanks, Royce. But thanks for stopping by, Royce.
Bye, Royce.
Good night. Night, guy. Mason, Garth may have been re-recording his material to make more money, like a lot of ours. Yeah, it's the Garth version. It's like, you know,
It's Garth's version.
Garth's version. There you go. Spicoli, you can't fix this girl. I got tools. I can fix it.
Can you make her? Can you make
My
her
dad's a television repairman. He's got tools. I can fix it. I can fix her. Hey, what's up, Mr. Fantasy? Hey, what's up, Nick? Have a great
guy
night,
has-
Royce in the house,
This guy has such a
Nick.
unique voice. The guy from Can Heat.
Oh yeah,
His voice is so unique.
Country Joe, wasn't it? Oh wait, no,
This is
not
Can
Country
Heat.
Joe.
This is Can Heat,
Okay.
I think.
I don't know why I always confuse them with Country Joe and the fish. So
Oh, that's good too.
Nick Pentazzi, what is he said? Dusty. Well, thank you so much. By Royce. Hello, Nick. Lisa. You're nice.
Hello, Nick.
Ramimi. Said Damimi.
Nick, are you a fan of Garth Brooks? We gotta know. I'm running a poll.
I don't believe that Nick actually is.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
He might have some friends in low places.
Mm-hmm. I might have an offer for you, Dusty. I got 2 Depeche Mode albums on. Which albums do you have on cassette? That might be a possibility because I do not have very much Depeche Mode on cassette. So that might be a possibility. Or let me know what rock CDs you have that you do not want anymore that you would be willing to get rid of, because whatever rock CDs you may have that you may not want anymore would be better than me owning Garth Brooks. Trust me, I got the best of. That's all I need. I don't need his albums. You know. Ken Heat did a great album with John Lee Hooker. I actually, remember that collection I got from that family?
Yeah.
Whose son, it was their son's collection? I got a lot of Ken Heat from that collection. So.
And he is awesome.
No, I am not. Maybe Garth from Wayne's World. That could be a possibility. I mean, yeah. Violator, I do not have that on cassette. I wouldn't mind having that on cassette as a collectible. Reminds me of my days as a teenager.
I mean,
when I was just a youngin'.
Gotta have some Garth Brooks in your collection.
Mm-hmm. I have a lot of Garth. I have way more Garth than I need, Lisa.
You gotta gizzy up. You gotta gizzy up the car. You gotta go and put on some Garth Brooks. Find yourself a lady friend in Texas. I know. I was like, when you got all that Garth Brooks, I was like, are you gonna find anybody that's gonna want that? Because Garth Brooks is hard to get rid of. He's like John Cassidy.
Probably. I mean, there's some people that, I mean, I would think it's like hard to get rid of individual CDs, but if you have like a whole like collection like that, I mean, it'd probably be easier. Somebody will trade something for it. Like I said, I'm not asking for like the world for it. I paid hardly any. I didn't pay hard. I paid like what, 10 cents on the CD, if that, even less. You know, so it's like if he ends up like, you know, if he was to give me a couple of like rock CDs, I mean, that'd be great. I'll give him the whole fucking lot. I don't give a shit. Let me see. Depeche Mode on 8-track is the best. You know, Tim, I really actually believe that there is Depeche Mode that does exist on 8-track.
I mean, there's a guy.
I think the first album.
There's a guy that makes stuff on 8-track, you know.
No. No, I think actually the first album came out on 8-track for a very limited time. I think it was like Columbia House type thing.
Oh.
Speaking of spells, so I think you can get Depeche Mode on 8-track.
Huh.
So actually, that does exist. Don't know how much it would be worth, but fuck, who knows? Hey, Dwayne. You're talking about like 1981, so some 8-tracks were still kind of around. Is everyone as excited as I am? I heard there's a new Netflix series called...
Yeah.
It stars Nick and Lisa. Lisa's all, the plane! The plane!
No, first off, if I'm in the movie, you know who I'm playing, right? You know who I'm playing in the movie, right?
Who?
I'm playing the little midget guy.
Yeah, Lisa's all, the plane! The plane!
Is he still alive?
See, Tim... No. Hervé Villachez, hello, he shot himself like in like the late 90s, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably shouldn't say little midget person because that's probably offensive to little people.
Well, I know people like you. I mean, your people get offended when you say midget, right?
Yeah, they do because I'm a midget.
This is, I get offended when people say midget. I was kidding.
No, because you know people get all very PC, right? Like they got terms for everybody, and like someone told me, someone's like, you call them little people, you don't call them midgets. And I was like, well, when I was a kid, I called them midgets.
No, you do not. Yeah, midget's a really bad word. I was watching something the other day. What was it? Was it a television show? Yeah. And they referred to the person as a midget, or they said the M word, or somebody had said no. It was Great American Family or Good American Family. It's supposed to be that movie about Natalia Grace, that girl who was a midget and whatever. And they said somebody referred to her as the M word. And in the show, they're like going, no, the M word is really bad. You don't say the M word. Yeah, like, that's a bad word. Midget's a bad word. You know? And I was kind of like, it's kind of weird because like midget
That's more recent. And I fucking tried. My bad. I'm only saying it. The M word. Sorry.
Yeah.
Up till like a few years ago, you were able to say it, and there was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know, like what? In like 2010-ish, probably.
Yeah.
There was still nothing wrong with it. Now that it's like, you know.
Well, you can't.
That's
say
how quickly
words,
shit changes.
You can't say the M word. You can't say retarded. There's words you can't use.
Yeah. Well, now it's like a lot of trolls who want to use the word retarded, they'll say regarded now.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know.
You know what someone said to me one
so,
time when they watched my video? They asked me if I was acoustical. And I was like, what does acoustical mean?
Acoustical? Oh, yeah, because they can't say, the spectrum word, yeah.
Yeah, so they say, are you acoustical? And I was like, I play acoustical music. And I looked it up and I found out what it meant.
Yeah, they have a thing about that now, too, so.
I just learned that was another word for autism. Acoustical.
That's okay, Mason. Just send me pictures of it and let me know. Let me, like I said, send me pictures of it and let me know what you want to get rid of or whatever,
You want him to pull them up so you can show the cassettes?
Yeah, I told me you can go ahead and message me the pictures or whatever. I mean, also, whatever CDs you want to get rid of. I mean, let me know. Like I said, it's like there's CDs I'm not going to use. So it's like if you have stuff that you want to send, whatever, just let me know and I'll, I'm not choosy with a lot of things. Anything that I may listen to, because I know I'm not going to listen to Garth Brooks. So, height challenged.
You might.
Vertically challenged. There you go. Is it vertically challenged? So.
Yeah.
Dave, that was supposed to be a secret. Oops. Sorry, Nick. Let me see your Readerhead.
Okay.
Wow, Netflix is calling Netflix reptilian. Newtfix. There you go. And Tim said, "Fuck this piece of shit."
I mean, like nowadays, I'm like afraid to say things. So I'm like, am I gonna offend somebody?
Well, I don't know, because I mean, it's like I like sometimes think, what would I find offensive myself? It's like, okay, well.
I mean, what am I gonna find offensive? I've heard everything under the book about what they say about Asian people.
Well, okay, I'm trying to think of like things that people could say that would I find offensive. It's like, okay, I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm Mexican, so I guess I could say some of these words, but okay, if somebody said wetback.
Yeah.
I don't find that offensive. What, spick? What else do they say about Mexican? Okay, fat people. They called me, do I have any certain words that have relate to like people being fat that I find offensive? Like they called me obese, fat, chubby.
I mean,
I don't can't think of any words that they would say that would I'd be like, oh.
I mean, they say to me, "Oh, you got bat wings." I was like, "Tell me something I don't know about myself." You got double chin.
Yeah.
Like if someone said to me "ching chong," I think that'd be a little bit offensive. I'd be a little offended by that.
Yeah.
Or if someone said, "Oh, they do the eyes, the eyes thing," I'd be offended by that because you don't do that. But I'm like, when people say to me you're fat, I'm like, tell me something I don't know about myself. Like, you're preaching to the choir. We know we're fat. I'm a wasp. And to this day, anyone can call me anything, and that's considered totally okay. You're a wasp, yeah. I mean, like,
what?
Say a lot of
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but you know what? Actually, Mason, yeah, I think that would be worth it to me, actually. Just for those couple items, I'd be willing to send them to you, so maybe we can arrange something. No, he has a Depeche Mode Violator original.
Ooh.
It's an original, and he also has a Depeche Mode 101 original cassettes.
Ooh.
Even though there's something I probably won't play, I won't play them back, but just to have in my collection, because I used to have them when I was a teenager, probably be pretty cool.
You should have them.
Worth more to me than having the Garth Brooks CDs, definitely. So,
I mean, you might grow to love Garth Brooks. Don't give up on the man.
Let me see. Tim Allen said, I am a wasp, but to this day, anyone can call me anything that is considered totally okay. What would be an offensive name for a wasp?
I don't know.
There you go. Nick said it. White Anglo-Saxon Protestant?
I mean, you guys don't. I know that the white people don't like being. Because I'm part white. The white people don't like being called cracker.
This is true. Like I said, if everyone was just nice to everybody, we wouldn't need to do all of this foolishness. Okay. Also, was it you who mentioned that Nick has some X records?
Was it Nick that? I think so. Yeah, I might have mentioned it.
Okay, Nick. I think Lisa had mentioned to me you have some X records. I don't know if they're original pressings, whatever they are. Were you willing to sell those? Let me know, Nick, what you have, because there's a couple of original pressings I am looking for.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it in passing, but I don't know if he still has them. But I mentioned it in passing.
Because I think I have like 80s repressings of like the New World, stuff like that. But holy shit, yes, Mason, I want that. You're talking about Upstairs at Eric's, right? That would be Upstairs at Eric's, most definitely. Yeah, see, things like that, Mason, remind me of my teenage years. I used to have them, so.
Yeah, I still got all these records. I already packaged them up a few days ago. I still got records to give you, so I will eventually. Eventually, you'll get them.
Oh, Nick said, okay. He already said, I gave you the best of my X records. It was only that sealed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I could have sworn he said he had some, but maybe I misheard.
Okay, that was trashed. Okay, well, if you ever come across those, let me know, and I'll go ahead and
I know because
give you an offer on them,
Because Patrick was selling some on his stream like a couple months ago. Patrick was selling them. And I was gonna go and alert you about it, but like Patrick, he does his auction here and there, but I don't have the attention span to watch his entire auction.
I had bought a pretty good, like I said, I bought, I guess, a decent collection off of the guy from Rasta Cowboy, but I mean, some of them weren't in the best, condition, but I mean, they sound good enough. He had sold me like Los Angeles, which is original. It was a Slash. An original Slash pressing. Then he sold me what was it? The New World, which is original. It was like an 80s probably repress or something like that, late 80s repress. Under the Big Black Sun, original. It was like late 80s repress.
Yeah.
What was the other one? What was the other one? He sold. Basically, I got them all in one shot. So
yeah.
He said, "I'd just give them to you if I found the X records." Some of them could be valuable though, Nick. I mean, like the first X album, especially on Slash, those could definitely be valuable. So. I have another thing for you. Check out my stereo. Okay, I'll check it right now, Mason. Yes, I have Wild Gift. I do have Wild Gift. I have New World, Wild Gift, Under the Big Black Sun. Yeah, I think I pretty much have everything. The only thing I don't have on vinyl is X Live at the Whiskey A Go Go. I would like to have that either on CD or vinyl. So yeah, I'd like to have the vinyl though, because I think the vinyl has like 4 more songs than the CD does. Yeah, there's like 4 more songs on it than the, and also because I was at that show, so I would definitely like to have that. But let me see. I have a bunch of X albums, but they all have TC after the X.
I mean, I like some XCC. Not a lot, but I do have drum. I do have wire and drum.
Okay, let's see here. Flow. Oh, yeah. Nice. And that's the original white tape, too. That's not a reissue of the clear. Ooh, that is nice, Mason. Yes, Upstairs at Eric's. Where did you find these?
He probably got them from his relatives.
That is nice. See, all of these I had when I was a teenager. All of these. I mean, I know 101 was clear, and so was Violator, but he has a original, like, white tape sire. He has Upstairs at Eric's. Nice. Definitely interested there, Mason. Definitely. And sometimes money isn't an issue. Getting into the right hands is. Yeah, I understand that, but sometimes it's kind of like, you end up getting, I understand, if somebody gives it to you for free, then I understand that. But if you have to pay for it, I mean, you have to be recompensated. Something like, hey, Black Quicksand, how you doing, my man? Hey, guys, I'm out of the hospital. I'm at home on hospice. I'm hanging in there. I hope so. You know what? I don't know what happened, Black Quicksand. We went back because me and Lisa both had promoted your GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And we were actually going to go in there to donate ourselves.
Once I got more money in my account, I was going to
and
$15.
it was down. I don't know if your daughter or your wife took it down. I mean, I'm not sure.
I mean, it's been disabled. It's been disabled, but you've got some donations from people in BC. They saw my video, and I've told some people, and I'm glad that you were able to at least get some donations to help you.
Yeah, I mean, me and Lisa and also Nathaniel Mars, that I know of, were the ones who were promoting it, making sure they got out there. So, so let us know if you have any. Yeah, if you have any other venue or any kind of other avenue that you're collecting money from, Black Quicksand, let us know.
Yeah, because we care about everybody to come do these things, and you're like a person that's been with us for a while, and I wish you the best. I hope, you just have a good time.
Lisa is correct. Found them in a basement of relatives. They didn't want them anymore. What else did they have, Mason? Because they had those couple of ones. I'm pretty sure that person had the same taste in music as I did. I wonder what else they had in that collection. Trust me. Hope you're feeling better, Black Quicksand Music. Most definitely. Hello, Black Quicksand Music. Black Sand Quicksand Music.
We love you.
I have Los Angeles / yeah, that's what I have. I have a reissue and I have the original. This is the list. Get better, Black Quicksand Music. Yes. Oh wow, thank you. Yeah, we were trying. Like I said, we're trying to get it out there. Trying to get you a little bit of a nest egg there.
Yeah, we're trying to get you, get you some money so that you could at least, have something to lean on to help you.
Hey, LL69. Be right back. No problem, Nick. We shall be here. Meow, get down. Also got some Rage sets if you're interested in those. Yeah, let me know. Anything that like I said, Mason, if you're not playing the back, I have a tape deck. I have a very expensive tape deck that I play all these back on. So let me know. Sergeant Pepper needs water. Be right back. Yeah, Black Quicksand Music. I wish you all the best. I will let my wife know. I might do a PayPal for her. I'm selling her. Oh. Well, Black Quicksand, if you decide to do that, I mean, let us know if you want to do any kind of an auction or something of that sort. Yeah. I mean, best thing to do is get with some of the people. I mean, I would say get with people like Patrick, some of the people that are, and fuck it, I bought my tongue for saying this, and fucking slap me in the back of the head for saying this, but maybe get with the waxed people that are Mazzy, people that know how to do the auctions, and maybe they can help you out that to organize that.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to get all your records sold.
Yeah,
sold, because I know that it's gonna be hard once you're gone. Your family having to try to sell that records. And,
but I mean, first of all, what I would say is just turn around and say what happens with the donations. Maybe that would be enough to sustain you for now, and because I know that actually records are kind of like a personal thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be something you might want. I'm talking out my ass, Black Quicksand. Maybe it might be something you want to leave behind. Maybe
pass it to your kids.
Your kids or something, or might want to stick with them, because I mean, you think about records and your music tastes are something that's extremely personal. Let us donate and see what happens from there. That's what I'm saying. So
I'm thinking maybe he also wants his records to go to to people in the vinyl community that will cherish it and play it for years to come, because I think about it when I think about it, it's always nice to have records It's also really meaningful when you have records from someone that you used to know. It's just meaningful to me.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like from my viewpoint. So my
Yeah.
viewpoint is like, well, I mean, it's kind of like a different situation because my daughter's really into like my
Yeah.
music and stuff. So I know if anything was happening, I know that she wants records. She's already said it. You know, her and my son have already had this discussion, like what would happen if anything happened to Dad, and she was like, "I'm taking the records. That's it." You know, because my son already brought up the conversation of liquidating.
No.
You know, he was like, "Well, if we had to liquidate, you know." And my daughter's like, "No, we're not liquidating anything. I'm taking the collection. That's it."
Yeah.
You know, she knows how big of a collection. She's like, "I'm taking it. That's it." You know.
Yeah. 'Cause
And my son
dad
was
gave-
like, "Well,
my
that's
dad
not
gave me his
fair."
collection. So yeah.
You know, my son's like, "Well, that's not exactly fair. What if by that time it was a whole conversation, of course, on fucking Christmas Eve that we shouldn't have had, but you know."
You know what your son should realize is that what, like when you give away your record collection to someone in your family, it's personal. Like my dad giving me his record collection, it means a lot to me to have his collection because when he passes away, I have a piece of him with me.
Well, I mean, also you have to think like when it comes to me, I have like so many. I have autographs and I have like tour posters and I have like so much stuff that would have to be like and my daughter's like my daughter's kind of like she wants to hoard it all. She wants to take it all. My son's kind of like, no, that's not exactly fair. There's stuff in there that's worth. What I mean, I have signed concert posters that are probably worth like thousands of dollars for all I know.
I mean, when I know like morbid as it sounds, but when you pass away, your kids are probably gonna end up selling some of your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad gave me specific rules. My dad goes, "You sell my records when I'm dead, I'll haunt you." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
I mean, all my shit's gonna be prepaid. It's gonna be like all they gotta do is like just have the fucking place pick up my body and go ahead and cremate me.
Yeah.
Let me see. Black Quicksand said, "I will sell cheap on Discogs." Okay. Well, I mean, it's just. I mean, I just think of it this way. Quicksand's like you have like so much stuff, which I know you collected a lot of Black Sabbath that is very valuable. Just maybe talk to your kids and get with them and see what they make. I mean, it's my opinion. You can always be like, "Fuck you, Dusty." I mean, you don't know me from a hole in the ground or whatever.
Maybe he has discussed it with his kids already. And his kids maybe thought it'd be a good idea for him to get money because then they could use it towards maybe the cost of if they have to bury him or if they need.
Well, at least you're getting a little bit far ahead. You're getting a little bit far ahead. Relax,
sorry, I think a little.
I'm just saying,
ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I've always think far ahead.
We're not burying him already. Hello.
Sorry about that, Black Quicksand.
Yeah, I'm like, come on now.
I think a little ahead always with things.
My neighbor gave me 2 crates of records from the 50s before he passed, but I gave them away.
Oh.
I'm going broke. We rather cash out. Well,
you do what you feel is right.
Yeah, like I said, if we will support you any way we can, Black Quicksand. Any way we can. Let us know. Like we said over here, you're part of the. We were the original Misfits. I mean, we're not the Misfits now. That's more Paul's strange thing, but we kind of like accept you over here to this area. Like, let us know. Anything we can do to help. Whatever we can do to help.
I mean, let us know your Discogs. So if people want to buy for your Discogs, at least we can support you that way. We can know your Discogs.
Yeah.
And people in the VC can buy from your Discogs, and the money can go towards you. That's the least we could do. Is that we alert people in the VC and they can buy from your Discogs, and then you get the money. So yeah, well, I think that'd be a good idea.
That's some impressive stuff there. Mason sent me pictures of some of those cassettes. Where did you get those from? That's some impressive stuff, Mason. To me, it's impressive stuff. Probably like not the ordinary person, would be excited about Erasure and Depeche Mode and Yaz, but
I love Erasure.
That's all my kind of stuff there. You know what? A lot of these things he's sending me are reminding me of stuff that I had when I was a kid that I got rid of, you know, but I wouldn't mind having again, you know.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, you're right. That would be a good idea, right? I'm like, oh, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Okay, hold on a minute. To give Black Quicksand a wrench.
Yeah.
I thought he already had one.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll help you.
see
We'll help
here.
you, Black Quicksand. You just tell us the Discogs, and we'll
Uh-huh.
spread the word around in the BC to tell people, you know, to support your Discogs and buy records from you. Because we got a lot of people in the BC now. I don't quite have the reach that Mazzy has or Wax has, but I got a small group of people that will support your Discogs. And yes, I do think too far ahead, Black Quicksand. That's my thing. I think a little too far ahead about things. Yeah. Yep. That's all it's about. It's all about the music.
Okay,
It's
I'm
all
back.
for the basement.
He says, all from that basement. Anyway, Buzzkill is custom music. Hey, you know what? Whatever you want to talk about, Black Quicksand. Just chill, listen to music. We'll have a couple of beers here.
Yep.
Have a couple of drinks. There's 23 of us right now just hanging out, you know?
Yep.
Speaking of, I need more beers. I only brought like 2. Because I was trying to like...
Two?
Yeah, because I'm trying to maintain on these because they're like 12% alcohol. I mean, the ABV is like 12%. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me relax on this shit. You know, I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 more. I will be right back. Lisa,
Guys,
you have the com?
Okay. I got you. I got you. Go get yourself some toasty beer.
Mimi said it's almost 3:30 a.m. Better get some sleep after I let Sergeant Pepper out for one last pee. Good night, everyone. Yes, before he wants dinner in the morning. Or wants breakfast in the morning. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I will be right back.
I love me some Pickett Wilson.
Don't be showing your boobs, okay, Lisa? No boob showing.
Not. No boobs.
I know you have a tendency to do that. You like trying to flash people. Just don't do it.
You know what? He's out here. He's out here saying I talk about his business. He's out here.
Keep
talking
them in
about
your
my
bra.
business.
Keep them in your bra.
Hey, don't you be airing my business, Mr. 55%. Don't you be airing my business. Dusty makes up stuff on these streams about me showing people my boobs. I don't. He wishes. Why? I should have not had those. I should not have had those nachos from 7-Eleven because I'm feeling them. Now don't be lying to people, Lisa. I don't show my boobs to nobody. Nobody has seen my boobs. My boobs are covered by bra. Nobody's seen my boobs. I ain't out there trying to do an OnlyFans for my boobs. I mean, if you look up Groovy Lisa and boobs, you get nothing. You get nada. You get nothing. Higher and higher. You guys want to see my boobs? Just kidding. Haha. Got you. I'm like tooting up a storm right now. I'll be back in 5 seconds. I love you. 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 I look so Asian, guys. I look so Asian. Like, look at my eyes. They look so Asian. I love you. You.
Okay, I'm back. She showed her boobs, didn't she?
What?
You showed your boobs, didn't you?
No.
Tell the truth. I can tell.
Yeah, I showed my melon.
Okay, cool.
I showed my
Sweet.
watermelon.
Let me see. Black Quicksand said, let's chill. Thank y'all. Let me see. No, don't be lying to the people. He said lols.
I've never showed my boobs to anybody. Anybody.
Do you want to rethink that?
Nobody.
Okay, how many times in your life would you say you've shown your boobs to someone?
I ain't gonna say.
3 times?
More.
4 times?
I don't know, a lot?
5 times?
I don't know. I'm not gonna answer the question. I plead the fifth.
6 times?
I plead the fifth.
7 times?
I plead the fifth.
8 times? She's not stopping me, people. 8 times? 9 times? 10 times?
I'm not gonna talk anymore.
Oh my god, more than 10 times. It's obviously more than 10 times. She didn't stop me. She didn't say no. She's like, oh, I'm not saying nothing.
I plead the fifth, people. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you much. I've never showed my boobs to anybody.
You're okay. I'm on okay.
You guys know I'm fucking lying, but anyways.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, there you go. I'm like, oh, anyway. So, anyways, I'm pretty sure that Lisa over here, who's been showing her boobs to everybody.
Yeah, even Gordon Ramsay has seen them.
What? Gordon Ramsay?
I'm not kidding.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
I'm all Gordon Ramsay.
I'm kidding. Gordon Ramsay like has a lot of kids.
So you're gonna say that it's been more than 10 or less than 10?
I'm not saying.
It's been more than 10?
I plead the fifth.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. You making it hard for me.
I plead the fifth because I plead the fifth because I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth. Why are you always lying, Lisa?
I'm not gonna say anything because then people are gonna look it up on Google.
They're completely clean, you know, Mason. I mean, the thing is, you have to think some of them look like they were probably bought used by like maybe like the warehouse or some shit like that. But you also have to remember when the warehouse bought CDs, it's like they had to be completely clean, you know. So the CDs are kind of like, yeah, like this one, that's definitely like a used. You know, you would say like a used warehouse. I mean, still, they were like kind of like, you know, choosy on what type of CDs they took. So they still had to be clean, you know. You know, so I mean, they're clean. Clean. I mean, the whole collection was actually clean. The whole collection I bought, so. So, what else is? Oh wait, did I put that on spot? There's like so many country CDs in here, though. I mean, it's like I said, there was like 70 CDs in here that were all country. So let me see if we pull some. Oh, that's Does Brooks. Let's see.
We're gonna give you Garth Brooks, Mason, because I feel like you'll go to a good home.
We just gotta go through them. Yeah. I got no boobs. Wow, don't say this. Yeah, they're completely clean. The whole collection. I mean, Mason. I mean, you didn't really see, but you know, I bought like. It was like, how much did it come out to? Like, Lisa, like, what was it 340?
Well, you said about 340 CDs.
Yeah, 340. Yeah, $20. She said originally it was 200 CDs, but it totaled out to 340, and it was only $20.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
You got a good deal with that.
Those are cool. Right. That's basically what they are to me. So it's like,
I mean,
so I'm saying if he was like, you know, I was like, you know, Lee Shelton, put my beer on it. There you go.
You know, they also make good target practice too.
Yeah.
You know,
you see what else is in here? It's like, you know, like there is so much Toby Keith in here too. I mean, rest in peace. You know, Toby Keith. He was a nice guy. It was,
yeah.
You know, there's a lot of Toby Keith in here too. What else? A lot of him too. Tim McGraw. They were really into Tim McGraw, so.
Yeah, I like Tim McGraw. I think he's a looker.
What else? Yeah, Tim McGraw. A lot of Tim McGraw. Yeah, it's just like, jeez. Yeah. A lot of Dixie Chicks, too. You know, whoever it was, they were into Dixie Chicks also, so. For some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of new country like Rascal Flatts, Delamitri, you know, stuff like that.
Life is a highway. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm keeping this because I like me some I like Randy Travis.
I love Randy Travis too. It's sad what he's been through, Randy Travis.
Yeah, I like Randy Travis. So.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I'll probably keep that. Yeah. Keith Urban, a lot of Keith Urban. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, a lot of him too. Kenny Chesney.
Oh, I
Don't
like
really know
it.
too much about him, Kenny Chesney.
You know he has a song called "Do You Think My Tractor Is Sexy?"
Really?
Yeah, he does. Yep.
Yeah, so I was like, out of 340, 70 were country.
Yeah.
70 were country. There was probably about 50 Christmas. So,
yeah,
that's a pretty good deal.
Do you think My Tractor Is Sexy is an actual song by Kenny Chesney.
Yeah, Dwayne said, good stuff in there. What I was willing to do was, I was like, like I told Lisa, I said, I'm not really much of a country person. But I said, with a pre-made collection like that, I said, maybe I'll listen to some of it, and maybe, maybe I'll like listen to it, and maybe I would listen to some, and maybe I would like start to like country. I don't know.
You might.
So yeah, I was like, with that pre-made collection, might as well, good stuff in there. What the fuck? I thought that was just a rumor. Yeah, what was just a rumor?
What was the rumor?
That I bought that big collection? I'm like, yeah, and I've got more coming tomorrow. So it's like,
things come in small packages.
Yeah, I might have like, I might have probably about 300 more CDs coming tomorrow.
You're gonna have to get yourself some more shelves. This lady's really gonna fill you up.
And I'm back, man. My neighborhood goes from nice to Hookerville at 7-Eleven in a matter of. Do you have decent looking hookers though?
Do I have to send you the link? I'll send you a link, guys. You don't believe me.
Yeah, you have to be careful about going to 7-Eleven at night, You have to be careful because what ends up happening with me is I got to be careful because one night I went to go get an ice cream at 2 o'clock in the morning, and this hooker showed up, was all, $5. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Here it is, Mason. You can listen to it, Mason.
That's what her butt looked like, and that's what her face looked like. She's like, $5. I was like, I don't know about that.
I mean, come on. I was charged more than $5. Do not sell me short, okay?
Yeah, she said.
I'm a $20 person.
She said $5 for this booty, and I was like, I don't know about that, Lisa. She said $5. She's all, and if you end up paying $10, my friend will come along too.
Oh no! Fuck that shit! Fuck that shit! I don't.
Paulie's gonna be like, "Fuck you."
Fuck you! I don't do threesomes. Fuck you, Doug.
Paulie's gonna be like, "Fuck you."
Hey, Mason, the song is called "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy."
There's Stacy. I heard she has a peg leg. There are homeless people hanging around certain 7-Eleven stores, which is unfortunate. Now, I had always heard, going way back to the 90s, that every time they said that every time a city allowed a 7-Eleven to be installed in their city, that they were basically inviting crime. That's what they've always said. They said, you have a 7-Eleven, you're inviting crime. So, yeah. Exactly. There are homeless people who hang around certain 7-Eleven stores, which is unfortunate. Yeah.
I like 7-Eleven. I go there sometimes.
I have one not far from here. It's right up the street that way.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, I wouldn't go there after a certain time of night,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go to a 7-Eleven at 2 a.m. What business do I have?
I usually kind of make sure that I have everything I need in my house by a certain time of night. Like the beer, like I said, okay, well, tonight I'm going to go ahead and do a stream, so let me go get some beer. So I went and got it at 6 o'clock at night. I went to my place that I go to and, went ahead and got food or whatever. And I'm in. By the time it was 8 o'clock, my house is all closed up and I'm inside,
Yeah.
As paranoid as that may sound, but yeah, I've got my beer, got my snacks, got everything I need, Everything's locked up,
Yeah, I don't go out after a certain time either because I'm afraid that something's gonna happen to me at 2 a.m. I keep my booty at home.
There you go. Hot Fox says Slurpees are a gateway to a life of crime. Definitely.
Yeah, they are. I went to look for the Green Day Slurpee, didn't find it.
Huh?
Today, I went to look for the Green Day Slurpee.
Even in the daytime, certain 7-Eleven stores can be risky.
Yeah.
These days, the sidewalks roll up around about 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, especially like, Tim, where I live, it's like, I'm like, it's like weird the way that my city curves because I'm like on the border of two completely different cities. On that side, the border is Santa Ana, which is a shitty port. It's not the shittiest part of town, but it's a shitty city. And then on this side, it's like fucking Irvine. So it's like, I'm kind of like just between the fucking two extremes. It's weird.
Yeah, I call Santa Ana ghetto, and I call Irvine Asianville.
Yeah, it's like weird. I'm like just like right between the two. It's weird.
I mean, my sister's ex lives in Irvine. My sister Angela, yeah.
But then by where I live in downtown, there was a thing where they had it on the news. They said we were considered one of the safest, not the safest, but we were the best city to raise a family.
Oh. Well,
crazy. So I don't get where that came from. So.
I mean, fucking Alhambra's not a great place to raise a family. I'll say that out loud.
Call me anytime after 2 o'clock, which would end up being what? Texas, that would be like 3 o'clock. I think you're like an hour or something like that. I think we're off by like an hour, so it'd be like, what, 3 o'clock your time? Something like that. Then we can do a private, and I can like show you a couple of like tips there. Where's SNSVAE been?
Who?
SNSVAE.
Special Victims Unit?
No. I'm not sure. SNS.
I don't know who they are.
Anyone seen them? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know exactly who that's supposed to be, Nick. Go ahead and give me the full name or whatever, and I'll let you know. It's 2:47 a.m. right now. Yeah, it's 2:40. Oh, it's 2:47 for you. So it's 12:47 and 1:47
ahead of us.
Okay, so he's 2 hours. So 5 o'clock then.
Yeah.
5 o'clock. So 5 p.m. your time. Yeah. That's a, Oh, safe and sound vaginal excursion.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That's weird, huh? Yeah. He hasn't been around at all, huh?
Is he a real person?
No, I'm sure he was a real person, but I'm just like,
it's
a good observation. He hasn't been around at all. Unless Safe and Sound Vinyl Excursion has taken on a different persona. Someone we don't know. Could be that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about, that the other day, because how we think of certain people that probably don't come around as much anymore, Vinyl and Kicks and stuff like that. We're thinking certain people. He was another one. I was kind of going, who is it who doesn't come around? Because I know there was something. I was I couldn't put my finger on it. And I was kind of there's someone who isn't coming around. Who was it? Who was it? That was one of them. So yeah,
Greg
actually.
Man? Remember Greg Man?
Yeah, Greg Man. Yeah, Greg Man's another one. But the thing is, Greg Man hasn't been around anywhere.
No.
I haven't seen him at all. So that kind of worries me when somebody completely drops off of the where you don't see them anywhere. That kind of worries me. I kind of wonder, well, what happened to them? Are they okay?
Yeah. You guys watch Sarasota Joe? He does covers now.
Mm-hmm. He's doing he's a real person. Haven't seen him for a bit. My thoughts too, Dusty. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't see anyone for a while, and they've been so integral. Whatever is the thing going on with them. It's I know some people like them, some don't. I kind of get concerned because I'm kind of like, well, where are they? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of worry about it. You know, I'm kind of like, well, where'd they go? Type thing, you know? Because people don't just disappear.
No, I think,
you know,
if someone's been gone for a while, you start to wonder, are they alive or are they dead?
Yeah, or could something happen where they got sick? Did someone they know get sick? Did a family member get sick or something? Yeah, like Nick said, yeah, I worry when I don't see someone for a while. It's like, you know, you kind of like go, are they okay? You know, type thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that have come and go in the vinyl community, and there's a lot of people that just don't show up anymore. You start to wonder, where have they gone?
Yeah, you get kind of like, well, what's going on with that? You know?
I mean, there's some people that used to come on my streams, and obviously they don't come anymore. Yeah, because you know it changes. People change. Their tastes change, and they want to watch those boring kind of technical kind of audiophile streams.
Well, I mean, I've never, you know, had that. I mean, I've never had that kind of stream where I've been like, kind of like really like technical. I mean, we do talk music, most definitely.
Yeah.
We do talk music. And sometimes we do end up having talks where we go ahead and we talk like real technical about music, or we talk about like details, stuff like that. But then there's a lot of times where my stream is just, it's a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
You know, let's be honest. It's just a bunch of shit. It's like sometimes my stream is like chewing gum for the brain.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm okay with that. You know, it's like, yeah, sometimes some people need that. They need just be chewing gum for the brain, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's like nothing really heavy where we're talking like heavy shit. It's just like just chill out, you know, chill out.
Yeah, you know, I want some pancakes.
Listen to some music. Well, okay, well, whatever. But like just hang out, listen to music, and have a couple beers, and just like chewing gum for the brain, you know?
I mean, I love pancakes.
I think a lot of these channels, they try to be like hardcore, where it's like they're like talking about one specific thing, and they're just like, you know.
Let's talk about the like Macintosh receiver or something like that.
And I mean, I have respect for those channels. Don't get me wrong. I have respect for those channels, most definitely. They're freaking awesome. But my channel's just not one of those channels. My channel's just kind of like, you know, you want to come hang out and have a couple beers and just talk shit. That's basically what it is. And a lot of people have like dinged me for it. A lot of people have been like, oh, well, that's just, you know, basically what it is, you know.
In and out my life, and you come and go.
Oh, there you go. You know, like a lot of people say, well, you're not a true vinyl community channel. You're not true. I'm like, no, I'm loosely a music channel, you know. Loosely, you know, that's what it is. You know, loosely. So, you know, you never know what could happen. You know, I mean, like, okay, Lisa, show your boobs. No boobs? Okay, we'll check in 5 minutes, maybe. Maybe in 5 minutes.
Oh my god. You know what? Someone's gonna come in the stream and they're gonna be like, we want the boobs. And I'm gonna be like, no.
Be all, Lisa, show us the boobs. No boobs?
There you go.
We'll check back in 5 minutes. Look at those fingers. Oh my god, show us your hands. Your hands are like so... Oh my goodness. Your hands are so small.
No, I'm showing you my middle finger because everybody says my middle fingers are small. Look at my pinky.
Look at, she's got little dents in her hands, like little chubby hands.
And look at my fingers. My fingers.
Little chubby hands. Look at them. Oh my god.
And then I got such a small nose.
No, I'm talking about your hands. You got little chubby hands. Show your hands.
Yeah.
Little chubby hands, little chubby fingers. Look at, they're so adorable.
Thank you. You know the thing about it is my hands have always been small. My feet is small too. I wear 6-inch shoes.
Really?
Yep. You know, when I go to like buy shoes, I like sometimes I'll find my size in shoes and I get really excited. Because a lot of times when I try to find cute shoes in my size, it's usually ugly stuff. You check a lot of milk in my house. I'm Asian.
I was all drinking enough milk growing up.
I know. How sad, right? I got small feet, small hands, small head.
She got enough milk in there for her chin, though, huh?
I mean, I got enough.
Show that
milk in
chin,
my-
Lisa. Show that chin, Lisa. There it is. Oh, goodness, there it is. There's a milk chin.
You know, somebody told me one time, they like, you don't have a double chin. I go, what do you mean? They go, you have a triple chin. I go, yeah, I'm triple H. I'm triple H, guys. I'm triple H.
Poor Lisa, picking on Lisa's chin.
Hey,
Let me
I tell
see.
you something. It's good. I love it.
Okay, our water with fluoride in it makes your hands grow big and healthy.
I did not know that.
Okay, so you need more like, fluoride.
Well, women technically do have small hands, right? Women don't usually have big hands.
Not usually. Not
No,
usually.
because like if you think about it, the most common size shoe for a woman is 7, and I am below a size 7. I'm like a 6. I'm a 5.5. Yeah. When I was young, when I was in high school, I almost wore like kid size when I was in high school too. I had small feet.
Or Tanya's ego. I'm trying to look for Tanya's ego. She's not doing a stream tonight. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Tanya's he's like, my God, I went to sleep. My God. my God, what
She sounded like she was upset with me. I'm like, oh, Tanya.
No, like I came to her stream one time, she was talking about Pink Floyd, and she goes, Screaming Lisa. She goes, Screaming Lisa, nice to see you in here. I know, but she goes to the stream, she'll be like, my God, we're not doing that today.
Well, she's a guitar player. Most guitar players do have those freaking long ass fingers. It's a thing.
I mean,
They gotta have those big old long fingers like that.
I got piano fingers. Is what I call my fingers. Piano fingers.
Piano fingers.
I feel like you can't have long fingers for piano. You gotta have small fingers. Yep. you know what someone told me? It's a blessing that you have small hands. I was like, I guess.
Have you ever thought of like going into being a masseuse or anything of that sort?
When I was younger, no, but I watched a lot of masseuse videos because I wanted to learn how to do deep tissue massages and stuff.
Can you imagine those little fingers all over your body? Oh my goodness.
I know I can do acupuncture.
You know what most guys say about like women with small hands?
What?
Well, Mickey Mantle, famous baseball player. Mickey Mantle, famous baseball player,
I know who
used to say, and he was quoted as saying this. He said, "I like dating chicks with small hands." And they asked him why, and he said, "Because it makes my dick look bigger."
So you're saying that my small hands is gonna make a dick look bigger?
That's what Mickey Mantle said. Mickey Mantle was a great baseball player. Let's not talk shit about Mickey Mantle. He was the Mick.
I mean, he's the one that said that it makes his dick look bigger. So obviously he wasn't great at everything.
Yeah, Mickey Mantle said, I like dating chicks with like small hands. Why? Because it makes my dick look bigger.
Yeah, if you think about it.
And he was a New York Yankee. So.
If you think about it, it is not very common for women, I guess. That. Well, both my sisters have big shoes. They're both 8.5.
What, is 8.5 considered big for a woman?
I think so.
Okay.
I think 8. The average size for a woman is 7. There's very few women that are like size 10 and 11 in shoes. I'm small. Okay, guys, I'm small.
Yeah, small feet. What size feet? What size shoe do you wear?
I wear 6 to 5.5 to 6.5.
So basically, you have like baby size feet.
Yep.
Oh my God. Hold up one of your shoes.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Hold up one of your shoes. I gotta see this. Hold up one of your shoes.
1 second. Let me put myself on mute.
Okay. I totally need you to hold up one of your shoes. Let's see this like little midget
I
shoe.
can't believe we're doing this, guys, but there we go. 6.5.
Oh my goodness. Hold it sideways.
What?
Like hold it up sideways. No, hold it up like regular. Okay, there you go. Wow, you got little feet.
I do. And then I got some size 6 Doc Martens that prove I even have smaller feet than that.
Oh my goodness, you got such little feet.
That's why they got that band named after me, Little Feet. You know, all my life I've always had small feet, and I've just accepted the fact that I had small feet. But this is the funniest shit, guys. I used to be a size 7, then when I lost 50 pounds, I went down to a size 6 in shoes.
So you've always had little feet but a big butt, right?
Yep, that's my nickname. Little feet, big butt.
Little feet, big butt.
I say, you know what I say? I'm one of those people that small things come in big package, great, you know, like big things come in small packages. That's what I am.
Okay. Now, how do you say big butt in Vietnamese?
That's a question for Google because I don't know it off my hand. Let me see.
Is your mom awake right now?
I got it. We're gonna Google Translate it. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna say it for you guys.
Okay. Good night, Nick. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Hold up, I gotta look it up. Oh, wait, no, I spelled it wrong. Shit. That's not, I didn't want to put big nut. Come on.
Dwayne said, I have big hands. Very cool, Dwayne.
Hold up.
Good night, Nick. No, I was asking you to go ahead and go ask your mom if she's still awake.
Okay.
How do you say big butt in Vietnamese?
No, big butt in Vietnamese is mong toi. Mong toi.
Mong toi?
Mong toi, yes, there you go.
Mong toi.
Yeah, mong toi is big butt.
Mong toi. Okay,
yeah.
Is your mom awake?
Yes, my mom's asleep right now.
Oh yeah, it's 1:02 a.m. Yeah, she's definitely asleep. Okay, well, I was gonna say because I wanted you to go in there and be like, Mom, how do you say big butt in Vietnamese?
It's you got an accent on the word. You got an accent on the word. It's mong. It's moing. Wait, no, let me see if I pronounce. Look at this.
Mong toi. Mong toi.
Wait.
Mong toi.
No, it's mong ta. Mong ta.
Mong ta. Mong ta.
Because you know when you say, you know how people say
Mong
pho,
ta.
right? You know how people say pho? You know how people say pho? It's pho. It's pho. It's pho.
So it'd be like Mang Ta.
Mang Ta, yeah.
Mang Ta. Mang Ta.
Yeah, exactly. Because you got an accent on top of some letters in the Vietnamese language. I took it for like I took like three levels of Vietnamese. Now, how do you say butt in Vietnamese is dit. Dit. That's how you say butt in Vietnamese. Dit. Dit.
Mang Ta.
No, in Vietnamese, it's dit.
Mang Ta is a really cool Spinal Tap song. There you go. Mang Ta.
No, guys, if you're ever in Vietnam and you want to say butt to someone, you say dit. Lo di.
Lo di. Lo te.
Lo dit.
Lo te.
Yeah.
And that's what, butt?
Yeah, that's butt in Vietnamese.
Okay, but Mang Ta is big butt.
Yep, Mang Ta is big butt.
Mang Ta.
Yeah.
So if you were like, okay, like say I went to your house, okay, and you're walking ahead of us, and I looked at your mom and I motioned to your bed and I said, Mang Ta, she would know what I was saying?
Yeah.
If I went, ooh.
My mom speaks it.
If I was like, ooh. If I turned around, I was like, oh. If I looked at your mom and I was like, oh, Mang Ta.
1 second.
She would know what I was saying.
You can say, if you want to say, Kong Gai, Kwa, Bon, Ko, Ka, Mon, Tu, that means your daughter has a big butt in Vietnamese.
Oh, okay, that's way too much. I say Mang Ta. That's good.
Yeah, but Kong Gai, well, in Vietnamese,
Kong Gai.
No, in Vietnamese, guy is what you call a girl in Vietnamese. It's
Guy.
Yeah.
So if I said mong gai, mong da, it's
Yeah.
like that girl has a big butt.
Yep.
Mong gai dang.
Kong gai, bong bo.
Mong gai, mang da.
No, you say kong
Mong gai,
gai,
mang
bo.
da.
Yeah,
Mong
you
gai,
know,
mang da.
the thing about the Vietnamese language is similar kind of to the Spanish language because they have accents on certain letters like they do in the Spanish language. And
Okay.
they use the alphabet. But the thing about the Vietnamese language is there's certain words, like I can say like curse words in Vietnamese, but you don't want to get your stream taken down. But like if you want to say the B word, it's con, if you want to say bitch, it's con kong. Con kong is bitch in Vietnamese. You'd be like con kong, and you're calling someone a bitch in Vietnamese. If you want to say you want to say fucking Vietnamese, you say chet tet, And you want to say shit in Vietnamese, I'm teaching you all the bad words you need to know. Chet tet.
Okay.
That's how you say shit in Vietnamese.
Okay,
Like,
so
kong
brown-eyed
gai.
girl, I'm seeing here in Vietnamese, like, ko gai mat now.
Yeah. You know
Ko
you're
gai
pretty
mat
good.
now.
You know you're
Ko
pretty.
gai mat now.
I gotta tell you something.
Uh-huh.
You're pretty okay with your pronunciation in Vietnamese.
Really? You know
My
why?
mom-
You want to know why? You're
Why?
not going to get offended if I say this, right?
What?
I used to bang a lot of Vietnamese chicks.
I don't care.
And they say, oh, that's the kong mai.
I mean,
kidding.
you know the thing about it is my mom can't speak. I think my mom speaks Cantonese. There's like two different dialects in the Chinese language. There's Cantonese and there's Mandarin. My mom, when she was little, she learned Chinese, right? But she's not like as fluent in Chinese as she did in Vietnamese. Because my mom's dad is half Chinese and half Vietnamese. And my mom's mom is 100% Vietnamese.
Okay, well.
She has a Chinese name. She has a Chinese
Okay.
last name.
Do you understand Vietnamese? I mean, do you understand a lot of it or just a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were talking shit about me in Vietnamese. And I was like, don't talk shit about me. And then my mom goes, yeah, my daughter understands Vietnamese, so you can't talk shit about
Okay.
her.
Now, what if I told you Tin Ron Lon?
Ooh.
What'd I say? Tin Ron Lon.
Tin? I don't know. I know a lot, but I don't know what that means.
Let's say Tin Ron Ion.
Oh. I'm like drawing a blank now.
What if I say, okay, Dinky Dow.
Oh, you saying something's hurt? Dow means hurt in Vietnamese, like dow. When you
Dinky
say
Dow.
if you say dow, that means dick hurt or something. No,
Okay,
wait.
what is
does
it?
dow mean?
Boko Ding Kai Dow.
Something of yours is hurting.
Okay.
Something of yours is hurting. You're saying something of yours is hurting in Vietnamese.
Okay,
So when you say
Boko
dow,
Dinky Dow.
something's hurting.
Okay.
Because dow in Vietnamese means hurting. When someone says dow, that means they injured themselves in Vietnamese.
Okay, well, I said Doma.
Oh, that's a bad word. Doma, that's like bitch. That's like I think bitch in Vietnamese. Doma.
No, I saw it say Doma. It means
No,
fuck
but-
you.
Well, you know what?
Doma.
And then in Vietnamese, fuck you is chai ti ban. Chai ti ban. is
Chai
fuck
Ti
you.
Ban. Okay,
Yeah.
but if I said Doma, it's almost like the same thing, right?
Chai ti ban, yeah.
Doma.
I mean, I know in Spanish you have some bad words too. Like I've learned some bad words in Spanish.
Well, I mean, Doma is almost basically like in Spanish it would be La Tuya. La Tuya. In Spanish it would be like, fuck you, La Tuya, your ass,
Yeah.
So Doma. And I think in Vietnamese would be something like La Tuya.
Okay.
Like, fuck you.
Let's see what ass is in Vietnamese. Ass in Vietnamese is mom.
Dwayne said, can your mom speak Cantonese or Mandarin?
My mom, I think, speaks Cantonese.
Cantonese. They say Doma.
I think she speaks Cantonese, but you know, the thing about it is it depends on what part of China you grew up in. Because because they have different dialects for each part of China, and you see, unlike the Vietnamese culture, China does have two different languages, but Vietnamese culture only has one dialect, and that's Vietnamese. But I can teach you guys basic words in Vietnamese. Like if you want to say chick dap auto, that is car in Vietnamese. Deer is plate in Vietnamase.
Okay, what does this mean? Let's see. Yam Shaw Yan.
That's a good one.
Yam Shaw Yan.
Yan, I don't know.
Yam Ho Yan.
Oh, yeah. Ho, Yan.
Yam Ho, maybe it's an L. Yam Ho Yan.
Are you talking about ham?
No, Am Hyo Yan.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know every single thing in Vietnamese. Like you don't know every single thing in Spanish. You know what's kind of sad is that I am Vietnamese and I don't understand every single thing in Vietnamese. That's like, it's like people look at me and they're like, "You're Vietnamese and you don't speak it fluently." I go, "No, but I understand most of it."
You don't know what I said. In Vietnamese, I said, "You have a big pussy."
No, you know what cat is in Vietnamese? Mao.
What?
Mao. Cat is Mao in Vietnamese.
What's that?
Mao.
What?
Is how you say cat in Vietnamese. Mao.
Cat Mao.
Yeah, Mao.
Okay, and how would you say big?
Like, let me.
Okay, how would you, okay, how would you say stinky? Okay, so Mao would be cat, right?
Well, big would be con Mao.
Con Mao as big.
Con Mao.
Okay,
Big.
so what about stinky? So it would be like stinky.
Oh, that's a good.
Con stinky, like if I say stinky, so you say con Mao. What if I say like stinky? It would be like what? What would stinky be?
Stinky cat would be Mao Ha.
Mao Ha. So con Mao Ha.
Yeah, that's stinky cat. I said stinky cat.
So that'd be like big stinky pussy.
Oh, okay. Let's see what it is in big.
Con Mao Ha.
Wait, big stinky. No,
We're being educational people here. Okay, so.
In Vietnamese, it'd be con lao ha ham tu lon. That's how you say big stinky pussy in Vietnamese.
See, that's what they told me in this fucking thing right here. It was kind of like Om Hao Lan.
That's pussy, but if you say cat, it's mouth.
Okay.
Now, if you say dog, it's chaw. Dog is chaw.
Okay.
In Vietnamese.
I love HK films and I don't speak Chinese, but when a film is in Mandarin instead of Cantonese, it really bothers me. I can definitely tell the difference.
You can tell the difference between a Cantonese and Mandarin language.
Yeah.
They're vastly different languages, but when I was growing up, we only spoke Vietnamese. Come on, man.
Cum Lao Long Han.
Okay, we're gonna do that for you. Come.
Oh no, look at who's here. It's Mr. Black Kitties. It's a baby memes. It's not time for baby memes.
Loud, long hand. Okay, this is how you say it, Paulina. Kim Toy Tai Day. Kim Toy Tai Day. It's Kim Toy Tai Day. That's how you say it, Paulina, in Spanish. In Vietnamese, how you say come in Vietnamese, Paulina, is Kim. Kim, you're welcome.
Look at the big black kitties here. Oh, damn it, man.
So if you're ever in Vietnam and you tell them, hey, Paulina, if you're ever in Vietnam and you meet a Vietnamese guy, you're like, Kim. You tell him you want to come, you go, Kim. Con chai, Kim. That means guy, Kim, come. You be like, con chai, Kim.
Oh, my mamas. Oh, it's okay, kitty mamas.
Now, if you want to tell an old guy you want to come, you say, Om Kim.
Boy said no. It sounded like you said, come loud long han.
Oh, well, now you know how to tell an old man come. You go, Om Kim. You're welcome, people.
It's a
and
man of my
then,
birthday.
well, you know, the Vietnamese language is a very, very interesting language. It's a very interesting language. Oh, you're Kitty. Hey, Kitty, you want to know how to say your name in Vietnamese? It's Mao. Mao, you're Mao in Vietnamese.
Yeah, Binks is right here. He's like, whenever, see, the thing is, my daughter, she leaves like from Thursday to Sunday. She goes to her boyfriend's house. So when she leaves, her kitty, which is Binks, this black kitty, he's like totally up my ass because like he wants attention.
I got you. Now we're gonna be looking up stuff in Vietnamese.
Oh, poor baby.
I got you.
Okay,
I got you.
I got you, my mouse. See, he's right here. See him? Oh, okay, that my mouse.
Okay, this is how you say it. This is how you say it, Tim. Kong, Phi, Gao, Toy, Gang, Zem, Pornhub, Bang 10, Bit A. That's how you say, now I'm watching Pornhub in Vietnamese.
How do you say, not now, I'm watching Pornhub in Vietnamese?
I already told you that. Oh, wait. You know what?
Say, not now, watching Groovy Lisa.
I'll tell you again. Corn, Phi, Ba, Gao, Toy, Dang, Gem, Zem, Pornhub, Bang 10, Bit A.
Say, not now. Watch your Groovy Lisa. Big hoon ha.
Okay, you guys wanna learn how to say big booty in Vietnamese? Big booty in Vietnamese is Chen Lo Phan Lun. There you go.
Oh, poor Mao.
I mean, I'm sure
he's like so sad.
I'm sure, Tim, there's people in Vietnam that want Pornhub. Because, Vietnamese people, we're cheap motherfuckers, right? We're not going to pay for our porn. If you're paying for your porn in Vietnam, you're rich. People in Vietnam, we don't pay for shit. So there's a lot of people in Vietnam probably like watching Pornhub for really cheap.
See, he's all upset because I'm in his spot.
Yeah.
You upset because I'm in your spot, my man. As always. Because he sleeps up on this desk. Yeah. This desk is like, oh, there he goes. No, don't press on that. No, I tell my man, no, come here. Because he sleeps up here on the desk, so he's like, you're in my sleeping spot.
I just think, one day you guys are gonna, you guys should try some Vietnamese food. There's a lot of good stuff in the Vietnamese restaurant. And Vietnamese food is not that unhealthy compared to other foods, because they do have some fried food in Vietnamese culture, but a lot of it is pretty relatively healthy compared to Chinese food.
He stepped on my freaking controls here. Hello now, Kitty. Kitty stepped on my controls. What's wrong with you? Okay,
he's like, I want to see the punta.
No, him. Should I have another beer? Yes, I think you should have another beer, Dusty. Yes, I should.
Let's see how to say beer in Vietnamese. Beer in Vietnamese is bai.
Hum ha.
It's bai.
It's like hum ha. Drink it all. Hum ha.
You would really get along with my Vietnamese relatives, because my Vietnamese relatives, they love foreign people in our family. Like, we have one token foreign person, or two, in our family, or three. We have my dad. We have my dad. We have four. We have my dad.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
We have Paul from Massachusetts, who's dating my cousin Anna. We have Art, who's married to my cousin Puyu, which we call Pee. We have and then we have Tom. Tom's from the UK. He's married to my cousin Isabel.
Okay.
Tom's pretty cool. One time I said he looked like Harry Potter. Beer in Vietnamese is bai. Yep, that's right. It's bai.
Bai. Bai.
It is bai. I wonder what bai is.
Or in Vietnamese, instead of being bai, would it be B? Bah,
no, in the Vietnamese culture, bai is bai. They don't even have a different word for it.
Bai.
Now let's see what gay is in Vietnamese. Gay in Vietnamese is Dong Tin Nam.
Gay in Vietnamese is guy. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
No, it's
Guy.
Dong. No, I looked it up.
Guy. It's guy.
It's so funny in Vietnamese culture. They have gay as Dong.
Guy. I'm gonna say it's guy.
You can do a pretty good Vietnamese. You remember that one video we watched where the guy did that like Chinese accent? You remember? He would prank call the restaurant with a Chinese accent.
Yeah. It's some booty.
Some booty.
Some booty.
No, it was so funny when he called the restaurant. He goes, "Hi, my friend. I'm here to place an order at the Chinese restaurant. Some booty."
He's like, oh, that's $500. That's a lot of money.
And then he went and called Best Buys. Yeah.
Those were pretty funny. Those were pretty hilarious. Yeah, I'm gonna say bye. Bye.
Bye.
You know, bye. That's for like people that are both sides, and gay is like guy. Guy.
Well.
You are guy.
You are guy.
Guy. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I don't know. Make up my own language. Making my own language. There you go.
You come up with your own language.
You're all like, Groovy body, big body, big bye, big bye, big bye.
I got a big booty, guys. You want me to tell you what it is in Vietnamese?
So
guys,
big bye.
Guys, I am Chen Lo Phan Lon. You know what that is? Big booty
What?
in Vietnamese. That's big booty in Vietnamese. Chen Loi Phan Lon.
Go Chin Lo.
You know
Chin Lo, big hat. Chin Lo, big hat. Chin Lo, big hat. There you go. Chin Lo, big hat. There you go.
You know what's kind of embarrassing?
Dusty knees. There you go. Dusty knees.
You know what's kind of embarrassing that I am Vietnamese and I can't really speak the language well. And I was like, that's embarrassing being a certain ethnic group and you can't speak the language.
Well, how much of a percentage of you would you say is Vietnamese?
According to I think when my mom got tested on 23andMe, she found out she's 76% Vietnamese.
So you're a really big percentage of Vietnamese then.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm telling you. I know that I've got to be a pretty good percentage of Filipino. I feel it. I don't know.
Have you got the test?
I have a feeling. I haven't done it. I'm going to do it because I know that they're going to come back and say I'm Filipino.
The first time I talked with you, I was like, oh my God, is this guy Filipino? Because you look Filipino.
Yeah, they're going to say I'm so Filipino that like Star Trekker's going to try and fuck me. I know it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna be so Filipino that Star Trekker is gonna start messaging me and shit.
And you know what Star Trek is gonna be like saying? Mabuhay.
He's I'm gonna start pointing at shit with my lips. Filipinos do that shit. I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. I've known a lot of Filipinos. They do that shit where they point with their lips. I swear to God, I'm gonna make myself big. Watch. They do this shit like you'd be like, oh. Well, what box did you want me to send it on? That one. They point with their lips big time. They'll be like,
what if
that one.
Take the test? What if you take the test and you find out you're 100% Mexican like Tim said?
That'd be great. But I think what's going to happen is I think they're going to say I'm percentage Mexican. And I really, really think they're going to say there's got to be Filipino blood there somewhere.
Well, what's your mom and dad's nationality? Is your mom 100% Mexican?
Supposedly my dad is Mexican and my mom is like, 25% Mexican, 75% German.
Huh.
From what I understand. But I'm telling you, on my dad's side, I think that there is no. On my mom's side, I think there's Filipino blood.
Oh, yeah, you're
Or was on my dad's side? No, because on my dad's side, the thing is, we had always heard on my dad's side that was German blood also.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing is, I have aunts that are blonde-haired, blue-eyed. And a lot of people thought that they were blonde-haired, blue-eyed because they dyed their hair. Because that's like a typical Mexican thing. They say, okay, well, you know, your aunt that dyes her hair blonde.
Yeah.
No, my aunts were actually blonde. My Aunt Betty, my Aunt Victoria, they were all blonde-haired, blue-eyed. You know, naturally. And they said that was because of the German blood. Now, with my hair, when I was younger, when my hair was like really like jet black, I would go out in the sun and you would see red hair in my hair. So if you looked at my hair straight, it would be like totally like blue-black.
I mean,
but when I was in the sun, you would see red. And they said the reason why I had red hair was because I was the German blood.
Yeah.
Is what they always said. So
I mean, my dad had blonde hair when he was born.
Uh-huh.
And his natural hair color is blonde, but my dad, we did like a 23andMe test for him. He's all kinds of white. My dad's British. My dad's Irish. He's Scottish. I told my dad, you're just all kinds of white.
Well, I mean, they always start. The thing is, when you do those like tests, they always come out and they say your first 1% or whatever is always African American.
Yeah.
Okay, it always comes out because supposedly, you know, oh fuck, this is gonna open up a whole another fucking can of worms. Yeah. I hope there aren't any conservatives in there listening, but supposedly, when you start, it says that every person starts in Africa. There's a certain percentage that starts in Africa. So everyone has a certain percentage of African in them.
I mean, my dad's got 1% of Southeast Asian, so
yeah.
Somewhere along his family line, somebody got with a Southeast Asian person.
Like I said, supposedly, don't quote me on it. I'm not one of these genealogists, whatever it may be.
I mean,
yeah. So yeah, and then they say after that they discover exactly what it is you are. So.
I mean, you should take the test because you might find, because your name. I'm not doxing people. Your name is very common in the Filipino culture. A lot of Filipinos have your name.
Exactly. I mean, like Dwayne said here, Filipinos and Mexicans have a shared history through Spain.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to tell you the truth, Dwayne, if you knew my real name, which I'm not going to give here, but my name is as common as Smith in the Philippines. Yeah. It's as common as Smith or in the Philippines or Garcia in Mexico. It's like very, very common. So, I mean, I always thought that my name was really original because all the time growing up, I never knew anyone else with my last name. And I had teachers who remembered my last name like I couldn't do anything wrong because everything I did wrong, they always remembered my name. You know? Because it was like so uncommon, you know? But, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Let me see. My hair was blonde for a bit, but that was only because I wanted to be an alley hooker and wanted to look the part.
My hair was blonde only for a bit because
heading off bed, guys. Okay, no problem. I'll see you then, Bisa.
That's why I was blonde. I was blonde because my brother at 11 decided he wanted to be blonde, so we went to the CVS. And we bought some like blonde hair box dye, and it had the bleach in it. So me and my brother, my mom did our hair. And guess what happened with me when I bleached my hair blonde? Guess what color it turned? I'll tell you.
Pooper brown.
No, it turned orange. Like Carrot Top. Yep, orange.
Oh, okay.
And I was called Carrot Top for many months, so I never went blonde after that again. It's because someone told me, oh, you didn't do your hair right. And I was like, well, I'm 17. And I just decided I thought blondes would have more fun. I was wrong. I was wrong because my hair looked like a raccoon at the end. I had like brown coming out of my hair with the blonde. It just was not a good look. If you're out there, Asian people, please, for the love of God, blonde is not our color. We shouldn't pretend like we look good with blonde hair. We don't, Asian people. We don't. It washes us out.
it just doesn't work like that. So
It doesn't. But some people want to believe that they look good with blonde hair, and some people do. Like Teresa Caputo, that long Guyanian lady, I could not picture her in any other hair color. She has to be a blonde.
yeah. So, people, it has already been 3 hours and a half. We're going on 4 hours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shut us down for the night. It's already 1:30 in the fucking morning, people. It was nice to have you all here. Being that we started so late, we started like, 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock our time?
Yep.
It was fun to have you here. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Mason.
Love you all.
Dwayne, good night, everyone. It was fun.
Good night, everybody. Love you
I
all.
will talk to everybody later. Mason, I will talk to you tomorrow. We'll figure out what's going on there. See if I can help you out with your problem tomorrow. But, yeah. Good night, all. Good night, Tim. Good night, big guy. So we'll talk to everybody later. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. But it's not just hookers and peeps. That's what Paulina said. Good night.
Good night, hookers.